Good evening all, and welcome to the Precision Motorsports Race of Champions, usually held towards the back end of 2012, but we are here in 2013, seeing the Race of Champions, and with myself, Nick Rowland, tonight in the commentary box is Matt Hartley, so good evening to you, Matt.
Good evening, Nick. How are you doing this winter?
Yep, very well, thank you, and also just a Happy New Year to everyone. Hope everyone enjoyed the festive period, and we are very excited to bring you Race of Champions tonight, but even on the RF2 mod, this simulation, this is the new one, so it's a few teething problems with it, but nevertheless it's been going through the cycle and looks like rFactor 2 should be an excellent run hopefully tonight. Matt, what are your first impressions of rFactor 2?
Well, it's definitely new. It's like you said, it might have a few teething problems, but I think it has a lot of promise, and it looks pretty cool. You know, upgrading the graphics and everything always looks good. I was looking in the menus, and you can have fans waving and all these things you can turn on, and of course I turned them off right now just to be safe, but it looks pretty cool, and I think when we get used to it, it should be definitely an upgrade. So it looks just going to be interesting how the drivers do, how different it is exactly, and we'll see today.
Absolutely, and we've got some unbelievable talent we have here today as well. It's the amount of drivers that we have of first-class rate in sim racing is unbelievable. There are 4 groups, and the first car we will have out is the Renault Megane. But just to read through some of the group stages, the first group, which is Group A, is Jeremy Boutaloop with Giuseppe Ranieri, Bono Huis, and Lasse Sorensen. Group B is Matthias Starr, Mikko Puumalainen, Ivor Calamies, and Stoffel van Dorn. Group C is Renault Room, Andre Kunschmann, Cyril Verdmuller, and Pablo Lopez. And Group D, we have Henry Vierock, Jeffrey Rietveld, Jack Keithley, and Bruno Marquez. So as we just wait until the first cars line up on track, we'll just show a small video presentation of the Renault Megane, I believe. The Renault Megane Trophy, used in its own series in Euro Cup. It is of 360 brake horsepower, 955 kilograms in weight, rear-wheel drive, 377 brake horsepower, and is 120,000 euros in cost. Okay, so we have the Renault Megane up first, and obviously this is the fourth running we've had of Race of Champions presented by Precision Motorsports. One for the first time in 2009 by Bono Huis, and for the past 2 years by Andre Kunschmann. So he's going for the triple this year to see if he can actually achieve that third title, so 2010, 2011, and possibly the 2012 title, even though it's 2013.
Yep, he's in Group C for all of his fans, so he won't be coming up just yet, but like you said, he has to make it out the groups first, but if he can do a triple, that'd be very impressive.
Yeah, absolutely, and we're ready for the first race, which looks to be Jeremy Boutaloop against Bono Huis.
Bono, of course, the FSR champion this year.
Yep, absolutely, and he's absolutely first out on track as well. They've had a qualification period also, which was running the Renault Clios prior to us going live, and this is how the groups were determined. But we're about to start, and lights to go out, and we are away for the first race, and it looks like a good start from Bono Huis there. So straight away, going on the outside loop of this Wembley Stadium complex, as Jeremy Boutaloop goes to the inside. Jeremy was one of the stars, actually, of the qualification rounds last weekend. I think he had one of the quickest times in all of the cars, so he's made a good start here as he goes over the bridge for the first time. He dips over to the other side. Bono's got the advantage because he had the shorter run currently, and Boutaloop goes around the outside. As now Bono goes onto the inside section. There's a second difference between them at the moment, but that will obviously shake out once they've completed this lap, as Boutaloop goes underneath the Simcraft bridge with Bono Huis. I think it's going to be very close between them currently, as Boutaloop goes around to the hairpin section, and it's Boutaloop down in front of Bono Huis, as he will drive for the line.
Yeah, he's got it.
Absolutely. First race, 1.2 seconds between Jeremy Boutaloop and Bono Huis. So the FSR World Champion is beating them in the first round by 1.2 seconds. So that's quite an advantage that Jeremy Boutaloop has. Now, I alluded to there before how well he qualified last weekend. So it's very promising already for Jeremy Bootsloop, and Boniface is going to be struggling by the looks of it already. So the next round we have is Giuseppe Ranieri against Lasse Sorensen.
A lot of videos of Ranieri on YouTube too, so I'm sure he has a lot of fans around the globe. Before I even knew anything about FSR, I knew the name Ranieri just from videos from YouTube. So he's always a guy to beat in any simulation event. It's interesting, Boniface though came up a little bit short there. Big surprise. Of course, it's not the end of his day right now, but he's going to have to pick it up just a little bit.
Yep, Giuseppe's actually my teammate over in SRZ as well. He's running the SRZ series currently and doing pretty well in it for the Monster Sim Racing team. But yeah, he's my teammate, and I can assure you that he's a very, very competent and quick driver. The video on YouTube where I think he had a moment in one of their cars, the SRZ car, was quite amusing. But nevertheless, he's still an extremely accomplished driver, and I'm sure will achieve great things as we just wait for this next round to begin, which is Ranieri against Sorensen. Now, Lasse Sorensen, an interesting fact about him is that he is actually a real-life race driver as well. But not only that, his brother Marco Sorensen, I believe, does Formula Renault 3.5, and also,
wow.
You know, we have Stoffel van Dorn here, who is also in 3.5. So we're getting an early competition between those two guys that will be racing full seasons in 3.5. So it should be very, very interesting to see.
Of course, these guys not much time to run, and here we go. We're ready for lights out between this race. Race 2, Ranieri Sorensen. Ranieri gets a good start there, gets a bit of a jump.
Absolutely, and it's straight around the outside. Oh, Sorensen's gone a little bit wide there. He's got it back under control though, as he goes underneath the bridge. And it's been an okay start for Sorensen. Oh no, he's gone deep though into the hairpin section, this short shoot section at the moment. As they try and go over, he comes over the bridge now, Ranieri, and he's quite close. This is closer than we had in the last race. There's not much between them currently. It's only 4/10. And Sorensen again's gone a little bit deep into the corner, but he's got it back. But nevertheless, he is on the inside loop at the moment currently.
Hit the wall again. Hit the wall again. He just keeps going in just a little bit deep, trying that little bit too hard. As he's going to go over the bridge now. And Ranieri is going to take the shorter line to the end. But Sorensen looks like he's ahead here. Like, in fact, no, sorry, Ranieri was ahead. And Ranieri was so far ahead he was off my screen.
Absolutely, Ranieri took that by 1.5 seconds, so a similar advantage. It's advantage Ranieri in that first one against Lasse Sorensen in these Renault Meganes. And we will just wait now for the next round of cars, which should be against Giuseppe Ranieri.
Couldn't believe it. I thought Sorensen was winning, and I just caught the glimpse of a back of the white car, and yeah, he was so far ahead, he just wasn't quite on my screen. So some teething problems with the cameras there, but we'll figure it out. Congratulations to Ranieri as he takes race win number 2. So here we go, race 3.
Yeah, we just want to allude to the fact that this is the first running of rFactor 2 that a lot of us have already seen. So there are some teething issues that we're all going through and learning anew and getting used to it, a new sim. So we have to bear with us on that one. So but we will have Bootsloop against Ranieri as the next race.
The 2 winners, of course. The guys that have just won both races going straight away head to head.
Absolutely, so this could actually, in some respects, be a decider already, as soon as they won a race each. So it would be Bootsloop against Ranieri. There were 1.5 seconds between them against their competitors in the last 2 races, so it could be very close. Good launch there for Ranieri. Looks like Ranieri had a slightly better start that time as Bootsloop goes to the inside loop first.
Yeah, right. He was very, very close though. He might have got a little bit of a better launch, but it was very close. Watching Bootsloop around this tight section here seems to be catching a lot of the drivers out inside bit on the first part of the lap as he's going to go over the bridge. Looks like a pretty clean start from him. Ranieri though jumps ahead just slightly. A couple car lengths between them. Not much right now. It's for the win of the group basically.
Absolutely, it's only half a second. We already seen that a second was enough advantage to get a win, so Bootsloop was looking very, very strong here currently. Once again, come off the back of the qualification rounds, he's looking very, very strong as he's on the inside loop now, which is essentially a double hairpin before you go into the sharp left of the final corner. And it looks like Ranieri's been a slip mistake there also, as he's coming off the final corner, and Bootloop does win by quite a considerable margin, 1.7 seconds. An awesome run there for Bootloop.
Wow, and he takes commanding control of this group. Unbelievable start for him. He was in race 1 and race 3, and his day has got off very, very quickly to a very good start, beating Ranieri and Bono Ruiz, two huge names in the sim racing world, of course, and he will be more than happy to be sitting at top of Group A currently.
Yeah, that's a massive scalp to take straight away. And next up, it looks like we will have Bono Ruiz against Lasse Sorensen.
And if I'm not corrected, this will be a knockout round. Isn't it? Each person plays once in each group, so that means that the loser of this will definitely not be progressing.
It would appear that way, yeah. It's been a bit of a tough one for Bono Ruiz to kick off, but nevertheless, if he can claw one back, he may still have a shout. But it's going to be close between Lasse Sorensen and Bono Ruiz. Sorensen, he's only 16 as well, against up at the 18-year-old Bono Ruiz, who seems like a pension in these races now, even though he's still so young and a triple world champion. So here we go then, as they line up on their respective sides of the grid. Orange is Sorensen, black is Ruiz. Ruiz with Sorensen stops. Oh no, sorry, a bit of lag there. Sorensen did get away in the end, but there was a slight bit of lag, and it showed his car disappear. But Ruiz is the one that's on the inside for the first one in the black Megane, and he will be the first one to take on the bridge. He's gone a little bit wide. He's sweep around the outside of that corner. He's not really got it hooked up too well, and he will dive through the corner, and Bono will come through, and yeah, he's quite a way behind already.
Wow.
It's 1.4 seconds between Ruiz and Sorensen. Yeah, Bono's not enjoying this car just in the moment, or these tin top cars in particular. He's struggled the past few years in the Race Champion Series, and it doesn't look like an improvement for him. Or is
He's
it?
ahead.
He's ahead again now, so Ruiz...
He has the shorter run, and he's going to take it. He's going to keep himself alive. He has to win. He's going to set up a knockout between him and Ranieri for the next place, for the second seed in the group. But yeah, he manages to pull off a win there. It didn't start off too hot, but unfortunately Sorensen is going home.
So now we will have Sorensen up against Jeremy Bootloop. Bootloop has already been a star of this group, so he could make it a hat-trick of scalps here. So Bootloop of iRacing fame.
Yeah, I believe Bootloop, what is the tiebreaker if 2 wins? Is it the head-to-head battle between the two? Because that would mean that Bootloop has already won this group.
I believe they base off the qualifying results, so whoever has the fastest qualifying from the Clios.
Oh, okay, so it's not necessarily over right now, so Bootloop would still like to win this one. Of course, Sorensen racing for pride right now, wants to get a win. And we're off.
Good start from both of them. That was a pretty even start from Bootloop and Sorensen. Sorensen in the orange Megane has the inside loop, as on the outside Bootloop is in the red Megane. As he sweeps around, Sorensen's taking that very wide line similar to what Bono Ruiz did. He made it work overall. Sorensen comes over the bridge, Pearsley over the bridge.
Bootloop miles in front.
Already way down the road. It's incredible how far it is. It's 2 seconds after half a loop. So Bootloop's now on the inside track as he goes through underneath. He'll come over the bridge this time in the red Megane. And
he's just driving beautiful though, that car. Like, even though he's got the outside right now, he's so far ahead. There's going to be nothing Sorensen can do, and he's going to take the win. But yeah, that car is just dancing around a little bit at the back, but the perfect amount. He's able to change direction so quickly in that car. He's just got it hooked up right now, and he takes the triple win, 3 wins, full of confidence. Got to be feared by everybody now in the quarterfinals.
Absolutely, that's what was a 1.9 second difference. So we will go on to the final round of Group A, which is Giuseppe Ranieri against Bono Ruiz.
And this is for the number 2 spot in the group.
So we'll see Bono Ruiz in the black Megane and Ranieri in the white Megane, it should be.
Both of these guys with 1 win apiece. Yep, Ranieri on the inside track to start. And it looks like Bono Ruiz is going to be on the outside track, Ranieri in the white, like you said. So this is it. This is for a spot in the quarterfinals.
Absolutely, and one of his highlights actually from the 2012 season was a race win against Bruno Marquez in the SRZ Formula 3 series. That was very impressive. So we've got Boniface against Giuseppe Ranieri, and a good start for Puig there. Looks like he had a slight edge.
Yeah, Boniface made a great start there.
Puig going on the outside loop to start with, as he will come underneath the Simcraft bridge before as Ranieri goes over it, but Puig has made a solid start this time round. He struggled a little bit in the first two races, but if he can try and find his feet, he looks like he'll already be out, but Boniface nevertheless is across the line, and...
Oh, Ranieri got a little bit sideways there coming out of that corner, and he's going to have a lot of time to catch up by the looks of things. Puig's going by in the tight, twisty section now.
Yeah, Puig is he will go over the Simcraft bridge, and he's gone wide again in that same corner. He's struggling with that one specific corner before the bridge, and it's very close between the pair of them. This is very close between Puig and Ranieri.
Here we go.
It's going to be Ranieri.
Ranieri's going to get it.
Ranieri takes by 2 tenths.
Yeah, by literally a car length. It just at the last minute came unbelievably close. Like you said, I think Puig had a pretty good early lead, but then he went really wide coming up to the bridge section, which he's done a few times now. And it looks like he just lost that lead, and then he couldn't crawl it back, of course, being on the wrong side of the track.
Absolutely. So we will see. It will be Jeremy Bootle that obviously goes through, and the second driver will be Giuseppe Ranieri after that win. So excellent run for both those pair. Ranieri took. It would be 2 wins he took. We won against Sorensen and Boniface, and Bootle won all 3 legs against Puig, Ranieri, and Lasse Sorensen. So we move now on to Group B, which is Matthias Starr, Mikko Pumalainen, Ivor Calamies, and the new Formula Renault 3.5 driver, Stoffel van Dorn.
It's going to be a tough group. A lot of them, well, they're all tough groups, but I think this one's going to be a tough group. I can't really pick an absolute winner just by looking at the group, so we'll see.
Yeah, the first race is Matthias Starr against Ivor Calamies. We just wait for that one to get underway. But nevertheless, Matthias and Ivor are very, very established drivers. Ivor, in particular, lately in the TPX series, Touring Pro series, he's done very, very well in their Supertech series. As we just wait for the lights to go out now. And it's Starr against Calamies, Starr in the red, Calamies in the black, and the outside. Oh, it's an equal start. That was very, very good start from the pair of them there. And Starr is on the he's wall road around on the inside line. I think he's got damage.
Starr was on the grass, so he was on the gravel too. So not a very clean start of the race here. Starr's gone deep, just like Boniface did. That's a tight one coming over the bridge. He comes over the bridge, and looking for how Calamies is doing now in the black car. He's going to have a big lead coming across the line now. It was about 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, 2.179 to be exact is the time when they cross the line, and it's Ivor Calamies with the advantage. Oh no, he's got the wall. He clipped the outside wall. So he's struggling a little bit there, as, yeah, they're all going very, very deep. It's crazy how they are struggling with the grip of our rFactor 2. The rFactor 2 obviously adjustable.
Oh, Calamies gone deep again, but it looks like he's going to have enough of a lead to hold off Starr. But Calamies a bit of a dirty end of the lap there. It didn't quite go quite as smoothly as he thought, but he goes ahead and takes the win. Good start, but yeah, it looks like that seems to be the trouble section just before they come over the bridge, trying to get the car stopped and turned back around on that 180-degree left-hander.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a good win there for Ivor. So we can now move on to, it'll be Mikko Pumalainen against Stoffel van Dorn. So this should be a good race between these two. Formula Renault 3.5 driver Stoffel van Dorn and Mikko Pumalainen, who drove intermittently throughout 2012 and is also the race director for the World Championship. Personal highlight for him was the best result of the season for him, which was P5. I can't recall which race he was at exactly, but it was position 5 for Mikko.
Intermittent season, like said, but he should be nice and fresh. Van Dorn in the orange, Pumalainen in the white. As we wait for the lights to go out, and they go, and it looks like a very even start again, side by side, going in. We've got Van Dorn on the outside, Pumalainen on the inside, coming around the tight section. Looks like both guys make it through. Will Pumalainen go deep, coming over the bridge?
Yeah, absolutely. It's Pumalainen. Yeah, gone deep there around the hairpin before going over the bridge. So Pumalainen in the white is already struggling slightly, but Stoffel Van Dorn, wow, he's already found the final corner. Stoffel Van Dorn with a massive advantage. This is going to be nearly 2 seconds. Oh, it's 1.8 actually. 1.824 seconds is the difference between Van Dorn and Pumalainen after the first half loop. But Van Dorn straight away into the action, showing his real life talent up against Mikko Pumalainen.
Look at the line coming over the bridge. Perfect. He was in the middle of the track this time. He didn't run too wide either. So it looks like Van Dorn's going to have a nice, comfy lead as he comes across the line. And you're nothing that Pumalainen can do. He'll live to fight another day and have to win the next race.
Absolutely, and the gap in the end, we did finish at 1.8 seconds between Stoffel Van Dorn and Mikko Pumalainen. We now have be my tyre star against Mikko Pumalainen, so Mikko will be straight back out again.
That's not a lot of time to regroup your thoughts after losing the first race, to be straight out there again, thrown into the thick of things. But it's also good because it can build your confidence back up if he gets this win, which is going to be a difficult fight. Which side of the track is he going to be on this time? This should be interesting to see which side drivers prefer to start with and end with. You know, even though it's exactly the same track that both guys will drive, of course. There's no cheating going on here. We don't put Huis on the inside and everybody else on the outside. That's not how it happens. But yeah, Star's on the inside, Pumalainen is on the outside. Pumalainen stays in the white, Star's the red. So here we go. Both these guys needing a win. They didn't win their first race. Oh, Pumalainen got a good start, but so did Star. He's recovered. Looks like Star's coming around the tight section here. He's running a little bit wide, but he's staying around the middle of the track. That's not too bad. This is a section I've got my camera locked on right now because this seems to be the one. Just clips it coming over the bridge. And we'll see coming up to, Pumalainen has a nice lead, but not too commanding of a lead. We've seen these leads slip before, so we'll see how he can do around this tight section. Pumalainen's going to come in, round the right-hander, and then another right-hander. Pretty much Omega Sign, a triple Omega Sign loop here. He's going to come over the bridge, and we will see whether Pumalainen or Star will get the win. It's very, very close. Star's got a little bit sideways, but he's got the shot to run to the line, but Pumalainen is going to win by about 2 car lengths. So Pumalainen does recover and recuperate from his loss that he's just suffered, and he is going to grab a win in this Group B. So that's going to bring him back into contention. I got my trusty board here. I'm trying to keep score of what's going on. There's so much going on. I'm loving this event. I don't know how I survived through winter. I just, too cold. I just need to get back inside to Wembley Stadium and watching this race. My first time. I've actually been invited to this one, but I was watching last year's, and I was just pumped and ready to go. So much going on. I got my camera on the helicam right now, trying to see the whole track at the same time, just so I can kind of make sure I don't miss anything. So here we go then. We're going on to race 4 now of Group B. Star still without a win, so he's pretty much eliminated. And then it looks like Calamies and Van Dorn also have 1 win. They have a win each. That's going to be the fight that we all want to see in this group, I think. Calamies versus Van Dorn. Van Dorn looked very, very, very strong. So Van Dorn is on the outside. Calamies is on the inside. This is the fight we want to see. Calamies in the black, Van Dorn in the orange. We wait for the light. And we're green. It looks like a good start from Van Dorn. He's going to go on the outside track first. Nice clean section there. Calamies is going to slow it down. Van Dorn almost clipped the wall. Didn't quite though. Calamies looks pretty neat and tidy through here. This is the section he had trouble with last time. It goes a little bit deep, but not too bad. So we'll see exactly who's ahead. And Van Dorn, what a first part of the lap that is. He is ahead by 2 seconds over Calamies. And didn't look like Calamies had any major dramas. Van Dorn touches the gravel there, just a little bit, but it looks like he's going to have enough to win. And he's going to be, I think, one of the favorites to take this event. Of course, we are looking at some possible triple going on here, but yeah, Van Dorn is ahead. Calamies is going to be too far behind, even though he had the inside line at the end, and Van Dorn's going to take it, and he is surely going to take control of Group B now after beating one of the fiercest competitors. Calamies can still advance providing that he wins the final race that he's in. So yeah, Van Dorn is the only man on 2 wins currently. Pumalainen has a win, Calamise has a win, Van Dorn has 2 wins, and Star with a big 0 currently. As we go to race 5 in Group B.
Yeah, and I'm very thankful that Matt's here at the moment. I've had a few problems with my game, so I will just wait for that a moment to sort out, and I will leave in trusty hands of Matt currently.
That's the nicest things you've ever said to me. I'm honoured. So here we go then. Race 5 in Group B. Should remind the viewers, just in case they've just arrived, 4 groups currently, 2 advance from each group to make the quarterfinals. We are on Group B, and we have Van Dorn on the inside and Star on the outside. And Van Dorn, who, like you said, commanding position right now, and he's facing Matthias Star, who needs this one as they get away. Good start though from Matthias Star. He's going to have to blow out a miracle to beat him. It's a good driver still, but Van Dorn just seems to be hooked up right now as he comes through the tight section. Lock up with the brakes there, but really getting the car slowed down for the section. Gets a little bit sideways coming over the bridge, but it's going to get away with it, and Matthias Star is ahead, but of course he has had the shorter run currently, so Van Dorn is still in a good position even though he is behind. He's only behind by a couple car lengths, and he's going to have the quicker section of the track now. Star's going to really have to hope for a mistake from Van Dorn or pull something miraculous here. He comes through the 3rd Omega Loop over the bridge, and it looks like Van Dorn is ahead. Yeah, and he has the fastest part of the track left, and he has put a statement through, just like Jeremy Bootloop did, and he has put a statement through and said, hey, I can win all 3 races in the Group 2. So both guys now taking commanding leads of the group. We've yet to see a group that's really matched each other and taking wins off each other. So Van Dorn will put himself through as group winner. And who will progress between Pumalainen and Calamise?
Absolutely, after a few difficulties there, hopefully they've all sorted now, as we'll now see Pumalainen against either Calamise. As I alluded to before, Calamise has been been very successful in the Tim Top Series. Teammates with Jack Keithley over in TPS as well, and they're doing very well, as Mikko Pumalainen has taken 1 win already, so it looks good to progress potentially against Calamise.
Yeah, this is the fight. The winner goes through, loser goes home. This is why we like the race of champions. Pumalainen on the inside in the white, Calamise in the black on the outside. We're waiting for the green light, the race of champions, and here we go. Calamise's got a good launch, a little bit of wheel spin, but still a good launch, as he's going to take the faster tracks first. Pumalainen's going to have to deal with this tricky inside section.
Absolutely, Pumalainen is on the inside straight away, and he's got a much better line than I've seen through that hairpin section currently as he goes over the Simcraft bridge. Much more controlled this time from Mikko. He has had his struggles, and it looks like it's still the advantage goes to Calamise though. It's by 1.4 seconds, so either Calamise is doing a great run there.
Going to be close. Calamise struggled with this section last race, so this is going to be tight, I think, between the 2 drivers when Pumalainen gets the faster end of the circuit as we're going to come through. And yes, it is very, very close. Calamise is on the outside, Pumalainen is on the inside. There's 1 car length between them, but Calamise still holds on.
So Calamise holds on to take that victory against Pumalainen. It will be Calamise that progresses, but an excellent run there for Mikko Pumalainen. He's never been, I don't think Race Champions is his biggest fan, but he's done pretty well here today, but it's Calamise that will progress.
No shame in getting beat by 1 car length to Ivar Calamise by any means. Not a lot of drivers though making huge mistakes right now, spinning or anything like that. We haven't seen that currently.
Absolutely, and we move now on to Group C, which is the first round is Rainer Room against Cyril Verdmüller. So this should be a good one between those. Rainer Room is in the red Megane, and Verdmüller is in the black Megane.
This should be a good FSR battle coming on between these 2 guys.
Yeah, and a highlight for Rainer Room actually was his best result of the season in WC in the World Championship, which was P3 in Canada. And I do remember Canada being one hell of a race for many different reasons. But yeah, Rainer Room in P3.
Birdman on the outside, Rainer Room on the inside. Sorry to interrupt you there, Nick. Rainer Room got a good launch.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like they both had a fairly solid launch off the line.
Rainer Room. Sorry, sideways, way sideways. Didn't get that first section right.
It was absolutely the same for Verdmüller there also. He came into the first hairpin and slid the nose over the front, and it put him very, very wide, but it looks like he's still been able to maintain it. As Rainer Room's fallen quite a considerable way behind. It's going to be about 1.4 seconds between them.
We saw 1.4 seconds in the last race was close, but not close enough. He's going to need a mistake from Birdmore through this section. A little bit of a scruffy heat race, this one, though. Yeah,
very scruffy in terms of the heat race for the first time out, but obviously they're in the third group, so they've gone cold from what they had in the qualifying session, but nevertheless, Verdmüller looks like it's going to take this first run in Group C, and it is exactly a second over Rainer Room the first run.
Car's a bit bashed and bruised, but he manages to get through and takes the win. So this is the guy everybody wants to see now, Andres Kunschmann.
Yeah, it looks like it will be Andre Kunschmann up against Pablo Lopez. This should be an enthralling battle, as he's the 2012 Drivers' World Champion. So this is Pablo Lopez, races for Radicals Online on iRacing, and he's moved across to try out, I guess you could say, rFactor 2. Everyone's getting a taster for these new sims that are slowly progressing. And so he's come from iRacing fame over to rFactor 2. So this should be fantastic to see the Spaniard up against the Czech.
It's not an easy place to start against a man going for the Triple Crown.
Absolutely, Andre Kunschmann going for the Triple Crown. And it's,
a little pre-movement there from Lopez, but... Oh, and then again. Yeah, did not get a good start because of it.
No, it looks like he didn't actually get a great start there at all. Kunschmann's away though, and his highlight is obviously seeing Bono Huis become World Champion, and also the hat-trick in World Champion and World Series. So, you know, he's the double World Champion, going for a triple in the Race of Champions is Andre Kunschmann, but up against the talent that is Pablo Lopez is going to be not an easy task, and it is already 1.2 seconds between Lopez and Kunschmann, but Lopez went a little bit deep going into the inside loop there.
It's going to be close, but he needs to perfect this section, Lopez, because of course Kunschmann has the quicker inside track at the end of the lap here. I like Lopez's style, jump before the light's even green, trying to beat Kunschmann, but Kunschmann is going to be ahead.
He hit the inside barrier. Sorry, Matt, but he hit the inside barrier and it cost him time. 6/10. Kunschmann wins. Kunschmann beats Pablo Lopez. Wow, that's a great run there for Andre Kunschmann. What a scalp that is for the Czech driver. He has beaten the 2012 iRacing World Champion. So that's a pretty impressive run there for Kunschmann.
Yep. Like you said, he's a big talent, Pablo Lopez, but all of these guys, like we said earlier, don't have much time at all to perfect these cars. It's a fixed setup, barring a few minor details, like changing the interior color, things like that. But generally it's a fixed setup, so you can't really touch much, and this is where we get to see who is not only the best drivers that in different vehicles, but who is the quickest at reacting to tracks and learning tracks and things like that. So this is where it's great fun.
Yeah, absolutely. We now have Rainer Room up against Andre Kunschmann. Rainer Room, he's actually had quite a successful year in many ways. He's done well for the past few years. He's done very well at F1 CEL, which is an Estonian league, runner-up there. In GRC Season 13, which is touring cars, he was 5th overall. So he's got a lot of experience across many different disciplines as Rainer Room, and he's up against double world champion Andre Kunschmann.
I think his real highlight will be being cameraman for us too, though. People love being around us, but here we go. Kunschmann on the outside, Rainer Room on the inside. Should wait for the green, and there it is. Great start from Kunschmann.
Yeah, and it's Andre Kunschmann in the white Megane on the outside, and Rainer Room in the red Megane on the inside loop for the first time when they go through. Clip the wall there, did Rainer Room. But he's got it back under control. And he's taken the proper line, I would probably say, through that hairpin section before the bridge, as many cars haven't currently. But it is Kunschmann with a hell of an advantage already across the line. This is going to be about a 1.9 second difference between Kunschmann and Rainer Room, so Kunschmann is absolutely flying.
Rainer Room fans, it's time to pack up your bags and get ready for the inevitable here, I think. Unless a mistake happens from Kunchman. Rainer Room has the quicker inside line, but it's not going to be good enough, I believe. You know, Kunchman, no mistakes, as he's going to progress through to the quarterfinals. Rainer Room, unfortunately, has to go home. Not an easy group to try and progress in. Then again, none of them are.
Absolutely, and it was 1.2 seconds in, so Room did pull a few tenths back there as Kunchman won that one by 1.2 seconds. A great run there for Andre Kunchman.
This group's definitely shaping up to be a good one. This next fight, Verdmoller, Lopez. Lopez needs to win. Verdmoller can already progress himself to the quarterfinals with a win here. This will put Kunchman and Verdmoller through already, not even needing to race the last two races in the group. But Pablo Lopez, like you said, he faced a guy going for the Triple Crown, so he's not exactly slow out there, and he's going to make sure that he wins this race.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a great run between Cyril Verdmuller, who's obviously just won his first race, and he's up against Pablo Lopez, and it's going to be Cyril Verdmuller in the black began on the inside, Pablo Lopez on the orange began on the outside. A good start for the pair of them as they head into the first corner.
Verdmuller on the inside through the Omega section. I don't know whether that's what it's called, but that's what I'm calling it. Looks like a reasonably clean line through here. Just about not making mistakes. When you're against somebody like Lopez, you have to do more than that. You have to hit almost perfection. Lopez's bright orange McGann is ahead. We're going to see what the gap is, Nick.
The gap between them is 1.6 seconds, and it's Lopez. He had a bit of a moment, but he got it all sorted out. And it's Lopez on that inside loop, and it's Lopez that has the advantage currently, but it's not as big as it has been previously against some of these drivers. So Lopez is going to come over the bridge. And it's going to be very close between them. It is indeed. And they're so close side coming with one corner to go. It's short one for Verdmuller. And it's going to be Verdmuller. Oh, what a win. What a win from Verdmuller that was. What a scalp again against Pablo Lopez. Superb run from Cyril Verdmuller there.
And he's through to the quarterfinals. Verdmuller is through to the quarterfinals. Lopez is going home. Wow, what a win from Verdmuller. That's the highlight so far. I did not predict that.
That was an incredible run there for Cyril Verdmuller, really impressive. And a tenth of a second between Verdmuller and Lopez, but that really was something between the pair of them.
Whew. That was the first one to really had to talk over each other there, where there's been a lot going on. Might have got a little bit excited coming to the line, but I'm sure we're going to see much more of that. I remember watching one from last year between Jack Keithley and Bonner Ruiz. That was a classic, and I was watching it, and I remember one of the races too, where one of the guys spun coming out the last turn, put it in reverse, and reversed his way across the line, and it was a very close finish.
Absolutely. So we'll wait for the next round, as we've just had Verdmuller against Lopez. So we should now see Lopez against Rainer Room should be the next one.
This one's a preliminary warm-up for the big one that we're all waiting for who's going to win Group B between Kunchman and Verdmuller. If Verdmuller can win this group, then wow, that'd be an amazing achievement for him. Lopez on the inside in the orange car. And we wait for Verdmuller's black vehicle, Renault again, to be on the outside. Still waiting for it. Renault Room. My apologies, got a little bit excited there. But Lopez Renault Room should still be a good race. Both these guys experienced drivers. As we wait for the light, the red is on, and we are green now. They made me wait for a little bit, but a good start from Lopez and Renault Room. Renault Room's going to take the outside track initially, and Lopez is going to have to deal with this section. Taking it very tight though, very nice line there. Gets the car sideways, but it manages flick, change of direction beautifully. Lopez, that's been a good start to lap if you ask me. Renault Room is ahead, but of course he has the shorter track, so the gap, I can't see exactly what it is, but it's going to be less than a second between these two, so Lopez now takes the faster track, and he's going to surely have an advantage going into this final section. Renault room. Oh, sideways, left, right, left, right, left, right. Can't quite keep the car in a straight line. It hits the wall. I think that race is done. Lopez will grab a win, but unfortunately will not be enough to progress him through. He'll come third in the group. Renault room comes through, finishing fourth in Group B. In Group C, sorry. These groups are going so fast, I can't even keep track.
I know the races are coming thick and fast as I've just had a slight problem again, but hopefully it should be resolved as we wait for the final run, I believe it is now, in Group C.
This will be a good time to get it resolved because this is going to be the race of Group C, the one we want to see. Can Verdmuller beat Kunchman?
Yep, so this is for group win, isn't it? It's Kunchman against Verdmuller. So 2 wins apiece, I believe.
Yep, correct. Based on my very unofficial whiteboard system that I have coming on right now. Kunchman on the inside in the white Megane. Verdmuller in the black Megane on the outside. Both these guys, very limited pressure. They both know they're through to the next round, so they can let their hair loose a little bit. Good start from Kunchman, and Verdmuller is going to take the outside line. Kunchman's already through the first of the left-hand turns, though.
Yeah, and Verdmuller's had a very clean start to the run as well. Oh, he's locked up a little bit on this inside section, but Verdmuller, oh, a big snap of oversteer as well, but he caught it really, really well.
Wow.
But it looks like it's going to be Verdmuller that's going to have the edge at the moment over Andre Kunchman. It is indeed. It's 9/10 of a second. There's nothing between them. This race could swing either way. This really, really is close between Verdmuller and Andre Kunchman. Verdmuller, obviously, he was 9th overall in the World Series, but he's had a couple of good years in sim racing. So Verdmuller against Kunchman. Kunchman's on the inside. Oh, he's got a little bit wide. This can be so close between them. It's going to be Kunchman off the line. It is. It's Kunchman. Kunchman takes it. So Kunchman takes Group C against Cyril Verdmuller by nearly half a second.
So he does get 3 out of 3 wins. So on paper it looks like a pretty easy defense of his crown currently. But I think he's definitely been pushed hard in that group. It's not the race is not one on paper. Verdmuller didn't make too many mistakes there, and if Kunchman hadn't been at his best, Verdmuller would have took it. But Verdmuller still progresses though, finishing a nice second in Group C as we go to Group D.
Yep, Group D, and the first race should be Henry V. Rock, I believe it is. Yeah, against Jack Keithley.
They're up from Estonia, I believe, and Keithley from the land of the United Kingdom. So this is the UK versus Estonia right here.
Yeah, absolutely spot on there. Henry V. Rock is from Estonia, and he's 17 actually. So he's looking to improve, and he's champion actually, 2010, 2011, and 2012 F1 CEL, which is the Estonian League champion. And he's only 17, so that's an achievement.
Wow.
But it's V-Rock, he's on the inside in the red Megane, and it's Jack Keithley on the outside in the black Megane.
Good start from V-Rock. As he comes through the tight section, Keithley comes through the out wide section, clips the wall slightly, slows himself down, coming under the bridge zone nicely. V-Rock's going to come into this hard left-hand turn. Nicely done.
Yeah, beautifully done as he goes over the bridge now, and it's V-Rock. He's got... where's Keithley? Keithley's gone through the final corner already, so Keithley has a advantage of 1.1 seconds. Again, it's quite close. When it's in around about a second, it's usually pretty close between them. But it's Keithley that has the advantage. He's World Series World Champion, and he just seems to be taking all honours over in TPS at the moment. So Jack Keithley's on a roll in both tin top cars and also the open wheelers. As Keithley, this is actually closer than I thought. It's going to be so close between them, and it's Keithley against V-Rock. V-Rock's going to take it. He does! Oh, it's under a tenth of a second. It's 900ths, in fact, between the pair of them. V-Rock takes it. What an incredible run for Henry V-Rock there.
Estonia flag can fly high. Keithley is known around the lines as the man to beat in cup cars. But yeah, V-Rock, what a run that is. He pulled it off right at the last minute. It was not by much. That's the closest finish we've seen so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was an incredible run to the end there between the pair of them. Just under a tenth of a second, 900 to be exact, between V-Rock and Keithley. And that has been the closest finish we have had all evening. What a wonderful race that was. 50.293 and a 50.391 between them. And I don't think that's actually the absolute quickest time. I believe that came from Bootsloop, who did a 49, I believe it was before. So there's this should be very interesting between them. I think it is currently still Bootsloop that has the fastest time overall in these Megans.
What time? Do you know offhand what time Van Dorn did?
No, I missed the Van Dorn one. I've only got the Bootsloop one, unfortunately. But that's still a heck of a run for these two.
Yeah, great run, and that's the thing. It's not about the time right now so much as making sure that you get through. Of course, time comes in handy later on, and as well, especially for if there is a tie in the points or race wins. So yeah, so great start from Henry Virock. He's going to have a great chance to progress in this group, even win the group. So we're going to see the next two drivers in Group D, the final of the four groups, before the quarterfinals begin.
And I have just been informed kindly by the man himself that Stoffel Van Dorn did a 49.9, so they both did 49s. That's a pretty impressive run for them in these Megans. And the next race is Jeffrey Rietveld against Bruno Marquez. Now this should be good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Van Dorn versus Bootloop 2. I smell something. I smell a challenge later on, but here we go. Rietveld Marquez, like you said, this should be a cracker.
Yeah, and it's Jeffrey Rietveld in the white Megane on the inside, Bruno Marquez on the outside in the orange. And third overall in WC with 6 podiums for Rietveld, so this is going to be interesting for the 16-year-old Dutchman. Against the experienced, wise old head. I can't really say old head, but Bruno Marquez is a champion of so long. Oh, wow, Rietveld! Huge oversteer moment on the inside loop. What a moment that was for him. Got it all tied up, but he's got it sorted again. He's sliding the rear of this car about so much, trying to get that power down, knowing he's up against Bruno Marquez. But he's getting it done. It's Marquez that has the inside line and will have the advantage. But this is close.
Rietveld, though, surely with the faster section coming up, has managed to hold on to that ice skating. We've got Dutch ice skating going on here today. But yeah, he's managed to hold on to it. I think he's going to take it because Marquez has had a pretty oh, no, he's not. He's hit the wall going into the section, and that will surely seal the fate. And yeah, look, Rietveld can pretty much stop and wait as Marquez is going to come through with probably the biggest margin of defeat so far.
Absolutely, and it's taking that one by a huge scalp against Bruno Marquez as well. So Rietveld has kicked off the campaign very, very.
Yep, so Rietveld and Virock are taking wins in Group D. So we've seen all 4 of these drivers one time. We will see them come through a second time now. And it will be interesting to see when Virock faces Rietveld exactly who's gonna try and take control of this group. They both have their fate in their own hands right now. Marquez and Keithley, 2 guys you wouldn't expect, kind of have it all to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And we now should see Henry Virock and
Rietveld.
Jack Keith. Oh no, sorry, Rietveld. Yes, Rietveld. Absolutely, yeah. Henry Virock against Jeffrey Rietveld in the next round.
To take control of Group D. Here we go. The red light is on, the green light is on, and a pretty even start, you have to say, from both of them. Virock made a good start in the bright red run again. Rieveld's going to go around through the section. He's going to try and slow it down. He does. Gets hard on the brakes. Nice line through there. Virock is going to come into the tough bridge section.
Yeah, comes over the bridge section, and he is... There's not a bad line there for Virock, but it's Rietveld that has quite an advantage, in fact. This is going to be around about 1.3 seconds. Huge lock up there for Rietveld as he comes into the inside loop, which is costing maybe a tenth there.
Yeah, he has a good lead. That lead should be enough to hold him on if he doesn't make any mistakes. But like you said, a huge lock up. He's got sideways. He slipped the bridge. Keeps his foot in the power, but it's really close now between Virock and Rietveld. Rieveld's going to hold on. Is he? Yes, sideways from Virock across the line. Not enough. So just takes control of this group, Rietveld.
Absolutely, what a run that was from Rietveld and against Vierok. A tenth of a second between them, and Jeffrey Rietveld is ecstatic about that. Was an incredible one. 49.7 and 49.8. That's some of the
Wow.
fastest times we've seen. That's incredible from Rietveld. A fantastic run there for Rietveld and Vierok, both in the 49s.
Yeah, but that was still, Vera can do that time. Surely he will win his final race that he has. I mean, it's going to be, I believe, against Marquez. It's not going to be an easy feat, but I think that could win the final race if you can do 49. So he has to be still ecstatic that he can progress in this group at least in second. Still not signed, sealed, and delivered for Rietveld if he loses his final race, which will be against Jack Keithley, who I believe we are seeing right now against Bruno Marquez.
Yeah, we got Jack Keithley up against Bruno Marquez again. This is what a group this actually is turning out to be. So we've got Keithley, reigning World Series champion, and Bruno Marquez, former world champion himself in F1, has done many other things this year, including, I believe, like I said before, was the SRZ Formula 3 championship that he achieved very well in. So it's Keithley up against Marquez. It's Jack Keithley on the inside in the black Megane, and outside in the orange Megane is Bruno Marquez.
Wait for the light, and this is green. As we'll see, Marquez. Keithley got a better start there than Marquez, as he's going to take an early lead. However, Marquez can pull it back with a clean section here, but he hits the wall, I believe, unless it was a bit of lag. He hits the wall, he's come under the bridge. So Keithley, runs wide again, coming over that. Has a nice line coming out though. Got the power on nice and early. And yet Keithley is in commanding control as Marquez again, a little scruffy.
Absolutely, it's going to be Marquez. Oh, wow, so close between the pair of them, but it's unbelievable, the gap there. So Keithley, Marquez, and it's Keithley's going to go on at the outside of the fast part of the track as he comes onto the inside section now, and it will be Bruno Marquez that will go over the bridge, but Keithley has it all tidy at the moment, does he? He does, because Marquez is only just going over the bridge, and Keithley's going into the final corner, and it's going to be Jack Keithley with a nice, that's quite a large win in fact, in front of Bruno Marquez. 2.7 seconds a gap. 49.5 from Jack.
Wow.
That's an incredible run again. That's another 49. Awesome run, Jack Keithley.
Times are coming down, so that's the thing that you don't really get to see in this group. You can see whether the races are close or not just from the outside, but without the split times you can't see exactly how fast everybody is. It seems like this whole group is doing very, very good times right now. So even though you might win your group, if your group's not as quick as this group, you might be a little bit worried going into the quarterfinals.
Absolutely. This all the drivers are currently saying from the feedback I'm receiving is that the inside line really, really helps at the start. I think that's obviously because of the tyre, and it's much cooler around that outside to try and keep the car under control. So we've got Marquez against Vierok. Marquez in the orange, Vierok in the red.
And if that is the case, Marquez should have a big advantage here because he's got the inside line at the start. Runs a little bit wide. Will Vierok be able to get another win? He needs this win. Vierok needs this win to get 2 wins to get himself almost guaranteed through to the next round. So it looks like Vierok is going to be in the lead by quite a way. Marquez struggling here today, just a little bit. Competition
That's a huge lead. That's a big lead for Henry Vierok there. Bruno Marquez, he's now got the outside, so he should have the warm with tyres to go around the outside on that outside loop. But Vierok, he's on the coming over the bridge now as Bruno Marquez.
Struggling to get that car
struggling still, down. Isn't he? Yeah. Vierok, though, he's coming round the outside. He will take this race quite convincingly in front of Bruno Marquez. Vierok does a 49.9, plays for 52.5, which is 2.5 second difference. So that looks like we will lose Bruno Marquez completely now.
Yep, he is out. He's just struggling to get that car slowed down. Not liking the setup or the handling or something there from Marquez. But the car looks a bit like a wet fish. But yeah, it looks like this is going to be a great race now in the group, because we have currently Vierok on 2 wins, Keithley is on 1 win, and 2 wins as well for Jeffrey Rietveld. So this group, because Marquez is yet to score, is going to be very, very tight between these top 3.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's Rietveld against Keithley. What a run this is going to be. Jeffrey Rietveld against Jack Keithley. This is the World Series champion, and he did pretty well in WC as well against the third Jeffrey Rietveld. So this really is a World Championship battle. This is crazy how close this might be.
This could be a three-way tie for this group if Jack Keithley can pull off a win. Great start from Rietveld. Keithley needs this win. Rietveld, oh, he's hit the wall. He comes flying into the wall. He's sideways. We've seen that a few times from Rietveld, but that was worse than before. And Keithley now just has to make no mistakes.
He's locked up though. He locked up though, Matt. Jack Keithley had a huge lock-up, but I don't know if I think he should still have a small advantage over Rietveld. And he does, because Rietveld clipped the curb as well. That's 1.2 second different. That might. Oh no, he's locked up on the inside section as Jack Keithley in the Black Megane.
This is a problem that you can't see if the person you're racing against has made mistakes, and Keithley makes a mistake, goes deep.
This is Jack's to lose, really is now, Jack. Where is Rietveld? Rietveld's behind still. Jack had made a huge mistake there, but he's still going to take it. Jack Keithley comes across the line, and it's going to be a difference of 1.5 seconds. A 49.7 for Jack, so that mistake... Oh, wow, so that's 3 mistakes on that run. He's still at 49.7. That's insane how much pace he's got.
Yeah, I thought that would have been like a 50 or 51, because it didn't look very clean from the outside. Made mistakes, and Rietveld with some huge mistakes, and it still was reasonably close. So both those guys have some pace. Now, who goes through in this group? Because they have Virot, Keithley, and Rietveld all on 2 race wins.
Yep, I will just get verification of who does progress in this one. Just bear with me a moment here.
You'll have to see. All these guys kind of waiting to see who progresses. As we'll wait to see on the updated site exactly who's going to go through into the quarterfinal stage. And we changed cars for the quarterfinal stage too.
Okay, so while we just wait, they are just calculating the average lap times, I believe, from the fastest times that have been set within that group stage. Now, Jack Keithley surely is going to be one because he got the quickest time, I believe, of the 49.5. So I think Keithley could be one that progresses, and he's done another 49 as well. So we'll just have to bear with us a moment while we just verify which one goes through.
Yep. Looks like they've already got some of the quarterfinals mapped out. Jeremy Boutaloop and Ivar Calamies, quarterfinal 1. Quarterfinal 2, Steffel Van Dorm against Giuseppe Ranieri. So both of those should be crackers. Boutaloop, Calamies, Van Dorm, Ranieri. Oh, that's going to be a good one. Andre Kunchman is going to get the runner-up of this group, which we are trying to decide right now. And the winner of the group will get Cyril Verdmuller. So you do not want to face Kunchman. You don't want to face Verdmuller either, but you definitely don't want to face Kunchman. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly who won the group and who was the runner-up. Because you want to be winner of the group because you will face Verdmuller over Kunchman. You can just feel the cogs ticking away as people try and calculate exactly who is through. As they keep getting this page refreshed. This is brilliant, by the way, from Precision Motorsports. The way they've set up this website, it's very, very easy to read who's going through, and my hat's off to everybody in the organization. Absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely. I'm just waiting for the verification on the times of who has progressed from the groups. I think they're just trying to calculate it currently at the moment, so you just have to bear with us. So in the meantime, while that's still being calculated, the next car that's going to be used is the Skip Barber. Will be the next car used. Now the format changes slightly in the quarterfinals as well. In the pair semi-final, it's the best of 3 driven in duels. So and it's 2 loops of the track this time round as well. So it's 2 loops within the Skip Barber, and it's the best of 3. So essentially, you win 2, you're through. That's the way that the quarterfinals work in the next round, and it will be driven in the Skip Barber, and I think we have a video for that coming up now. Skip Barber, used as a development car in America, most commonly for new and aspiring drivers. 132 brake horsepower, 567 kilograms in weight, rear-wheel drive, and 233 brake horsepower. Okay, so that's the Skip Barber, and as we've alluded to before, we're still waiting for confirmation of who actually is going through from the winner of Group D and the runner-up of Group D. So we'll just have to bear with us for the quarterfinals, which, like I said, is the best of 3.
Yep, just looking at some of the matchups early on, though. We have the first one will be Booterloop against Calamies. How do you think about that one's going to go? We've seen the pace that Jeremy Booterloop has had.
Well, absolutely, but from my understanding, these little cars are very, very tricky to control on such a slick track. So, Bootsloop, he's been good in the tin top, so we'll have to see what he's like in an open wheeler to see how he competes against either Calamies. I think the pairings up are quite fantastic. Quarterfinal 3 and 4 yet to be decided still, but Bootsloop against Calamies and Van Dorn against Ranieri. I think potentially we'll see. I think it's been very close between Bootsloop and Calamies. Van Dorn, Ranieri. You would think Van Dorn, but Ranieri can spring a few surprises also.
Yep, and like you said, these cars are completely different. So you might be good in the protected cars with the tin shell over the top, but these ones open wheelers, of course, and that will favour guys. It's a shame, like guys like Bonner Ruiz, you know, guys that really, really excel when it comes to open wheel racing. Unfortunately, didn't make it through the group stage. So here we go. They have it.
Yeah, absolutely. It is Jack Keithy has progressed, and Jeffrey Rietveld has won the group, and it's Jack Keithy goes through with him. So now it will be updated, so we will see Andre Kunchman against Jack Keithley. Oh, that's going to be fantastic. And Jeffrey Rietveld against Cyril Verdmuller. Now that is quarterfinal 3. That is going to be something to watch. Andre Kunchman against Jack Keithley. That's going to be impressive.
It's going to be very, very good to watch. And it's a shame for Henry Vierock. Did so well. Won 2 races in the group, but that apparently is not. How unfortunate. Any other group, 2 races would have been enough to go through, but the way that Group D happened, he didn't quite make it.
So there's been a slight amendment. Jack actually won the group. He there's been a slight miscalculation with the 49.5, so it looks like Jack has actually won the group. So it'll be Kunchman against Rietveld, Verdmuller against Keithley. I believe that will momentarily be amended, but I believe that's how it will work out in the Skip Barber round, which is the quarterfinals.
They must have heard that you got too excited over the Keithley battle between him and Kunchman, but we might still see that fight later on, of course, when they get through this. There's still some great fights going on right now in the quarterfinals.
Absolutely. So this is how the all shape up. It should now be amended, I think.
Sorry, we've just realised, Keithley Verdmore, we got a Precision Motorsports fight going on in the quarterfinals.
Well, yeah, it would have been Kunchman against Keithy also, which is Precision Motorsports, even though Kunchman technically doesn't drive, he's the team manager. But still, Kunchman sits back, puts his feet up as such, doesn't drive competitively, but he's still driving the entire team forwards, amongst the other members that were within the ranks as well. So it will be Kunchman, Rietveld, Keithley, Verdmuller, and that is now updated as well for the knockout stages.
Okay, so we have it set in stone then. We have Booterloop against Ivar Calamies in the first race. Race 2 is Steffel Van Dorn and Giuseppe Ranieri. All the guys just going round right now. Just kind of trying to warm up, get used to these little cars. They're a lot different to the ones they were just driving, of course, the Renault Meganes. Can't really get much further away, actually, from Renault Megane and the Skip Barber Formula car.
Absolutely, it's quite a weight difference as well they have to get used to. The weight of the cars will change massively, so slightly different technique that will be required for the little Skip Barbers.
So Ranieri have a little bit of a moment and lose control a little bit. Looks like we've got Verdmore and Keithley side by side on the track right now, and they're going to be shaping up against each other. So that's interesting. Trying to learn from each other, maybe. Maybe Keithley's trying to learn a little bit from Verdmore and just see whether there's anywhere that he is quicker than him.
Yeah, I think it's worth pointing out also the fact that the drivers only have this time period that they've been put into the cars to get Barber now, and the actual mods with the cars etc. was released an hour before the event. So there's been no practice, there's been no training. They got it an hour before the event, so that they're all in the cars as they go along. Not only are they learning the cars, they're learning rFactor too. So it's massive testament to these 16 drivers what they're able to achieve in such a small amount of time. So we're seeing the real pinnacle of sim racing here. There are a few drivers are missed, and we'd have been great to have seen, but nevertheless, a pinnacle of sim racing drivers here going head to head in very, very new territory.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny, there was actually contact between Verdmore and Keithley on the practice session, so maybe that's Verdmore's strategy, is to let Keithley catch him up by a lap and then push him wide. I don't know, but we'll see.
Yep, and just to remind you all, this next round, the quarter-final, is driven in duels, so it will be 2 laps is done in this one. It will be 2 laps of what we've already seen from the first one. As we just wait for the first round, which is Jeremy Bootlib against Ivor Calamies. Now, this should really be a very, very good one.
I wonder whether that will exaggerate the better to have the inside line at the start, having an extra lap, or whether it will make it even out. Which way will it fly, I wonder, with the heat of the tyre temperatures, of course, because with it being 2 laps now, you do have time to get heat into the tyres.
Well, the drivers have all said that the inside line has been the quicker one.
And we're ready to go. Bootlip against Calamies. It looks like we are ready to go. Well, Calamies came, kind of faked out that he was going to come to the grid. Now he's come, 10 seconds before we're ready to go. Bootlip in the red, Skip Barber on the inside. Calamies in the black on the outside.
Absolutely, this is Calamies, Bootlip. Bootlip, that red one will take the start, and Calamies on the outside. Good, bit of a sluggish start there, but they're away as Calamies up against Bootlip. The Calamies on the inside. Bootlip on the inside. He slid very, very wide, but he got it under control. And these cars move about so much. There's so much slide in them.
Clean section from Calamies. Yeah, you can see it. The difference.
Yes,
they slow down. They stop a lot quicker.
Absolutely, such a little amount of grip, but they've got it under control. Just about as Calamies is going to cross the line first. He does indeed, and it's an advantage of 1.4 seconds. Wow. And he's just going to swing the rear around for Calamies there, who's got it just about under control anyway. As Calamies
just trying to loop under the bridge.
The control that's being required from these guys is unbelievable. So we're coming to the first lap. Remember, it's 2 runs, so side by side at the end of the first lap. This is great between Bootlip and Calamies.
This is going to be great. And this is the thing with having 2 laps. You get to see exactly how far you are ahead or behind. So Calamies knows he has to find that much time to Bootlip. Bootlip just keeping things very, very, very steady. Nice, smooth. As he stops it going over the bridge. Looks like no dramas. And driving very, very nicely, adapting to these cars. Calamies has the lead, but of course, we know that's going to get flipped again. So Calamies can now see, based on Bootlip, as the gap is.
It's a second between Calamies and Bootlip as they go on to the final run.
Calamies through the inside section, the tricky section, needs to find something. Of course, this isn't a knockout, best of 3, but still, you don't want to lose the first race. And we see coming up to the line then, we're going to have Bootlip on the inside, Calamies on the outside. Oh.
It is so close between the pairing, but it's going to be Bootlip that gets it. He does indeed. Bootlip takes it 4 tenths.
But that is not over. This fight is not over. How close it was, it is not going to be a walkover by any means. Calamies can still feel that he has a chance to win the next 2 and progress.
And Bootlip's benchmark time is a 1:50.561. So we're looking for around about the 150 mark in comparison to what Bootlip has just done, as they will go head-to-head against each other again now.
No rest for the wicked. As we're going to be straight back out here once again. And we'll see whether Calamies can win this one. Like we said, best of 3. So if Bootaloop wins this one, he is going through. Bootaloop on the outside. Calamies is going to be on the inside this time. So they flipped it. So we'll see whether Calamies can take this win.
Yep, they've reversed them now. So it will be the red car of Bootaloop on the outside and the black car of Calamies on the inside. As we just prepare for the lights, will come on now. So it's Bootaloop up against Ranieri again in their second heats to progress, and good start from both of them this time. It's a little bit sluggish to start from these cars, but they get away as Bootaloop goes on the outside and Calamies sweeps around on the inside.
Oh, Bootaloop a little bit more sideways this time going through the first section. He's trying to push it that little bit more, maybe trying to take this win. Of course, he does have kind of a bit of a buffer, that if he doesn't win this race, so long as he pulls it out in the next one, it's okay, but unnecessary pressure. Bootaloop will have the lead, and Calamies will be behind, but he's going to have to fast apart.
Yeah, 1.3 seconds the difference. It should be in around about a second to be close, or close enough anyway, but Calamies has got a few tenths probably to make up against Bootaloop, as he is coming over the bridge now, and Calamies is going into the second hairpin where they loop together, and they are so... Wow, the speed Bootaloop just took over the bridge was unbelievable! But it's going to be the first lap will go to Bootaloop. It does indeed 2 tenths between the pair.
That was even closer than the last time, as Calamies now, that has to get his confidence up. He needs just that, he just needs the car length. That's the difference between perfecting one corner. Everything else can be the same. He makes it through. Bootaloop's coming through this, like you said, the tight section coming towards the end, and he is going to have a big lead over Calamies. Calamies is going to have to pull something else here when they flip over the bridge and reverse. Bootaloop around the tight section, runs a bit wide though, gets a bit on the grass, keeps it in track.
Yeah, he's pushed it out wide there. Bootaloop was nearly wall riding there. In fact, he was so wide, but as long as he's been able to control, it looks like he's got a little bit more under control now. Very close again. It is so close between Bootaloop and Calamies. Bootaloop's on the outside. Oh, the neck and neck. It's going to be Bootaloop, I think. It is. Bootaloop takes it by a tenth of a second. So Bootaloop does progress to the semi-finals.
What a quarter-final that was. If Calamies had pulled off that win, he caught up half the distance he needed between the first one and the second race, but he couldn't quite get enough. Bootaloop just too strong.
Absolutely, and just on the replay here, we count between the pair of them, between Calamies and Bootaloop, it's just coming towards the outside, and he sweeps around to the outside, and it's just a little bit more that he's able to carry in the final corner as Bootaloop that gets the advantage because Calamies has to slow down more so on the inside run to the line.
Wow. Great way to kick off the quarterfinals here. But 2 and done, Bootaloop moves to the semis. No great surprise, really. We expected Bootaloop to be in the semis, although I would have expected maybe Calamies as well to be in the semis at the beginning of the day, but it's not the way that it's worked out. Unfortunately, he had to face Jeremy Bootaloop in the quarterfinals, so we will move on to quarterfinal number 2. Stefan Random against Giuseppe Ranieri. Can Ranieri pull off, I guess, what would be an upset?
Yep, it's Stefan Random against Giuseppe Ranieri, and this really will be a good race between the pairs. Ranieri actually has driven almost a similar-ish car in real life, I guess, from the YouTube videos. I guess the skip bar could be compared a little bit to what they're driving, but I think the one that they have in real life is a bit more power. So Ranieri, and then obviously Van Dorn's grown up with these, so this could be a great one to see, and obviously on rFactor 2, it should be even more interesting.
This is going to be, I reckon, the race of the quarterfinals. Here we go. The green light. Van Dorn on the inside, Ranieri on the outside. Good start from Van Dorn. Ranieri pulls it a bit back though, and Van Dorn's going to go straight into this tricky section. It's round the tight left, no dramas. Round the tight right, no dramas. And another right, and just looks smooth. Perfection line there. A little bit deep maybe, but going quite well. Ranieri on the other side is coming into the tight left before final section, and we have very, very close. Van Dorn's hit the wall.
Yeah, Van Dorn tagged the wall there, but he got good speed out the final corner. There's a tap between them. Oh, he still took it. That's impressive. He still took that. So even a slight touch on the wall. He didn't wall right. He just tagged the wall with the rear right tyre, and it's only a tenth between Van Dorn and Ranieri at the end of the first half lap. Oh, Van Dorn's gone a little bit deep on this inside section though, as he will pull it back. He sweeps it around on the inside section now. As Ranieri... Oh no, Ranieri's gone wide. He's hit the outside wall now as well. So Van Dorn takes the first lap, and it's going to be quite considerable a margin. Yeah, 2.5 seconds. That's a lot to make up. He's got to hope that Van Dorn makes a mistake. And at the moment, Van Dorn is doing nothing of sorts.
And the thing is, with it being 2 laps now, Van Dorn can see. All he has to do is not make a mistake. The first round, you couldn't really know where the other driver was. So Van Dorn in a good position. He is electric on this outside, off that final corner. How he took the last tee, I have no idea. The car just launches off that final corner on the outside line. So Van Dorn, if he is racing somebody on the outside line going into the final lap, I think he's going to take it.
Absolutely, it's 1.4 difference now, but obviously he's had the longer line. But Van Dorn was so close through the little chicane and tagging the wall. And he's moving the rear of that car about a hell of a lot just to try and get it all tucked in on the nose, but it's moving the rear about a lot, but he's got that's a huge advantage, in fact, he's got now. Crosses the line,
wow.
A 151.1, so it's not as quick as we saw previously, and a 54.4 for Giuseppe Ranieri, which is 3.3 off, so Van Dorn not quite as quick, but it's still quick enough.
Ranieri's going to have to go back to the drawing board and pull off a miracle and needs to win this race. But yeah, interesting between the times between Van Dorn and Boutaloop. Boutaloop with a 6/10 advantage in his first race compared to Van Dorn's first race.
Absolutely, and we now have got them up again. The 20-year-old Italian of Giuseppe Ranieri against Stoffel Van Dorn. They've basically just switched sides now of where they're starting. Up against Stoffel Van Dorn, who is also 20, and he is Belgian, so it's the Italians against the Belgians. We've got here his real-life achievements are just unbelievable for Stoffel, really. But here we go, lights are up, and Van Dorn against Ranieri. Ranieri's now got the inside line. Now all drivers are saying currently that inside line is a better one to have, so we'll see now if Ranieri can make up that race win.
Van Dorn got a good launch though. And Ranieri a little bit sideways, trying to keep that car in check. Had a nice line through that section now. He's going to come through the loop going over the bridge. But look, Van Dorn already into the final section on his lap. He's going to be closer than last time though. And like you said, it might be a bit of an advantage to have the inside line first.
Yeah, it looks like it could potentially be as Van Dorn is trying to control it all around the outside, and he's just held through. He's got a very different line actually, Van Dorn, on that, just before he comes over the bridge, and it's working for him very, very well. It looks like he tries to understeer the car, but it controls so well, and Van Dorn is a half-second advantage in front after the first lap.
Yeah, but Ranieri is pulled back a huge amount compared to last race, still sideways, still fighting with that car, but he's doing everything he can here to try and pull back in such a limited amount of time to Van Dorn, and it looks like this race is going to be closer, but Van Dorn, I believe, will take this one too without any major dramas in the final lap, as Ranieri struggled that lap.
Yeah, Van Dorn, obviously, the talent of the years, he's obviously shown the different lines, but the lines he's taking is different to what Ranieri is when you see Ranieri drive. And Van Dorn is really sweeping these corners so beautifully well. But Ranieri is pushing on, and this could be quite close between them. Van Dorn, he's going to come around the final corner, and he will... Yeah, it's not as close as I thought it was going to be. Actually, Ranieri lost time in that final loop there. So it is... That's 2 race wins for Van Dorn, and he will progress to the semi-finals.
Boutaloop Van Dorn, anybody? Are we feeling that? I'm smelling it. I'm smelling that at some point these two are going to be racing against each other. It might be in the semis. But here we go. So those are the first 2 guys to progress through. The next one, Andre Kunchman, of course, the double world champion when it comes to the race of champions. And then Jeffrey Rietveld will try and fight him. If Rietveld can beat Kunchman, that will be an upset.
Absolutely, I think we're just having a few technical difficulties here as well, so we'll just have to bear with us just one moment.
Rietveld will be on the outside, Kunchman will be on the inside. Kunchman is in the black skip barber, Rietveld is in the white skip barber. And we are off. I'm hoping that you have visual because Kunchman is slightly ahead coming into this tight section. He has the inside like we said. Rietveld's going to try and go around the outside. He gets it stopped, gets sideways, almost spins though from Rietveld. A big mistake coming under the tunnel. And it looks like a great start from Andres Kunchman. But Rietveld will be ahead of Kunchman by a little bit coming past the first lap. So not bad actually from Rietveld. We've seen this a few times, Nick. Rietveld's been all over the place, but he's been quick.
Yeah, it looks, he has been quick, and it's working quite well for him still, but that slide's made a bit of a difference at the moment.
So Rietveld is now going through this section. He's going to be close between him and Kunchman. Rietveld's on the outside, Kunchman is on the inside. They're side by side, literally, still side by side. Who's going to take lap one? Oh my god, it's almost a dead lap one. This is going to be unbelievable. This is a fight right here. Kunchman is going around the inside section now. He's going to do the left, right, left through the third of the four corners, and it looks like Rietveld, no great dramas from him. So Kunchman will come over the bridge. Rietveld will have the lead, of course, at the end of this lap, but it will all flip again when they do the shorter line. And Rietveld, the gap is a little bit. Kunchman is a little bit sideways. Kunchman's going to have some work to do. Rietveld sideways again, slide in this car. Again, we're going ice skating with Jeffrey Rietveld, but he's managing to stay in the lead. This is going to be really, really tight. Kunchman a little bit sideways too. And Rietveld over the bridge. Kunchman coming into the left, and I think Rietveld is going to take this one. He's ahead by about a car length as they come through the final turn. Rietveld, oh yes, Kunchman tried, but he couldn't quite do it. Rietveld takes the win. First round. Kunchman's going to have more work to do. That's the first sign of defeat Kunchman has seen today.
Oh, what a run that was for him as well. That was a great run there for Jeffrey Rietveld. It's very close between them, but this is going to be a really interesting second run because it's going to be Kunchman trying to push on to see if he can pull one of those races back now. It's going to be very close between the pair of them, as we've seen already. So these quarterfinals are shaping up to be some of the closest racing we've seen all evening.
Yeah, and you don't want to anger the beast. Andre Kunchman, his perfect game has gone. So he's now going to be definitely realizing that Jeffrey Rietveld is a contender today. And Rietveld is definitely going all or nothing. He is sliding the car around beautifully, and he is giving it everything he's got. The question is going to be, can he win this one and say goodbye to the double champion, Andres Kunchman? Pressure is on for the first time. Andres Kunchman, the pressure is on. He's on the outside too. Rietveld has the inside, the favoured line. Kunchman's going to have to pull off a great run here as we wait for green. And we get it. A good start, it looks like, from Kunchman, but Rietveld again pulls nicely. And he comes through the tight section. We're going to look at Rietveld first. Coming through this tight section. He's run wide, though, he's hit the wall! He's hit the wall, and we said he's living all or nothing from Jeffrey Rietveld.
Oh, Kunchman did the same! Sorry, Kunchman's just done exactly the same! He's run deep in the corner and nearly tagged it, and I think he's just clipped it. Not as heavily as what Rietveld did, but Kunchman definitely clipped the wall as well.
Wow, and both of these guys making mistakes, trying to get that little bit extra. But Kunchman will be happy to see Rietveld being behind because, like you said, he made a small mistake too. So he'll be delighted to see that Jeffrey Rietveld also made a mistake. Kunchman can't make another one though. He's coming through the section over the bridge, like nice and clean. So here we go, the end of lap one. I think Kunchman will have the advantage.
Yeah, it looks like Kunchman does. He does still have the advantage though. Yes, he does just about. It's a half second. It's 6/10 in fact. 6/10 between the pair of them. So Kunchman does lead this one. We may be on for a decider.
But this is the thing, that worked out quite well for both of them. Because both of them made mistakes, and Kunchman will say, well, I made some mistakes, I'm still leading. Rietveld will say, well, I made some big mistakes, and I'm still in it. I still have a chance. So yeah, he's closed up the gap slightly. Rietveld has closed in the gap a bit, and this could be a great finish. Because they're going to come across the line. Rietveld's going to take the faster line. Kunchman needs to not make any more mistakes. And I think Rietveld has more raw pace. but he's just so sideways all the time.
Yeah, and he's tagged the barrier again, and he's got a little bit on the dirt there as well. rFactor is pushing so hard, and Kunchman is just coming. He's coming over the bridge now. This is going to be close between them, and rFactor's got the advantage back. This is 6/10. He's clawed back, and if he can hold it around the final corner, he does. rFactor wins.
Kunchman sideways in the wall. rFactor progresses through to the quarterfinals. We say goodbye to Andre Kunchman.
Oh, that's it. That is the triple. There is no triple world champion. Kunchman is out of the race of champions. Jeffrey rFactor progresses. Andre Kunchman going for that triple world race champions victories, and it hasn't happened. It is Jeffrey rFactor that progresses, the 16-year-old Dutchman.
Wow, wow, that has to strike fear into everybody else facing rFactor. A guy that's a little bit under the radar. Like you said, he had a good season, finished third in the World Championship. Had a good season, but he's a little bit under the radar here, and could surprise everybody. He's into the final four. Jeffrey rFactor with his ice skating technique, which apparently is brilliant.
Absolutely, and now we have Jack Keithley up against Cyril Verdmüller. Now, Verdmüller was a bit of a surprise, I must admit. I wasn't expecting him to go quite that well, but he really has gone well. So Verdmüller up against Keithley, and Keithley we've already seen, I think, he actually had the overall fastest time in the McGann. So let's see if he can pull off the same trick in the Skip Barber.
Yeah, Keithley, that's the thing, that he made. It doesn't look like he's going that quick. Like, he makes a few mistakes, but I think he has so much raw pace that he'll be okay. He's on the inside, Verdmüller's on the outside. They're both in the black one for some reason, just to confuse us. So here we go. We will see. Verdmüller on the outside, Keithley on the inside. Keithley with a good start.
Yeah, unfortunately that has just thrown it a bit, the fact that they're both in the black machinery. But Keithley, he's taking the inside loop to start with. And interestingly, he's taking that Van Dorn line where he really hugs the inside before looping around onto the bridge, where everyone else pulls the car to the right and really flicks it round. And it's working for the moment for Cyril Verdmüller, but Jack Keithley's not far off. This is good. This is under a second. It is. It's 9/10. This is good for Jack Keithley. He'll have the shorter run now, and he should be able to pull all that time back, and he's held on pretty well.
Verdmüller went a little bit deep, but he's not out of this fight yet either. I think that Keithley will be leading at the end of this lap, but I don't know how much by. As Verdmüller comes over the bridge, he has the straighter line, so Keithley is leading, but it's not exactly a huge margin. It's a decent margin, but Verdmüller has to dig in a little bit deeper. He's done great to get to the quarterfinals. But
absolutely, it's 1.1 though, the gap between the pair of them. Keithley has really turned on the gas now. It's 1.1 the difference, and around a short little track like this, that's quite a lot. Keithley again with that very nice line around just before the bridge. I think that's gaining him a lot of these drivers a lot of time. And he's pulling it back. Obviously, this is the inside loop before the final run, and it's so close between the pair of them. But Jack Keithley now is the shorter run. So in reality, Jack has quite a large lead.
Yeah, it can be a little bit deceiving, this race of champions. Keithley with a big lead. Verdmüller's line coming into the final section isn't that great. I don't think he's too bad around this section, but like I said, Keithley's really turned up the wick, and we would expect a name like Jack Keithley to be in the semis. Verdmüller's hit the wall, slid into the wall. That was almost race over, although I think this race was done a while ago. Keithley takes the win.
Oh, that's a 50.7 run there from Jack Keithley as well. So that's quick. That's Van Dorn territory. So that's an awesome run there from Jack Keithley up against Cyril Verdmüller. We will now see the drivers switch sides of the track from where they start and go head to head once again.
So we will, either way, we'll have a great semi-final messed up. But can Verdmüller pull off the biggest surprise? He would be definitely surprised of the day if he can make it to the semis. Quarterfinals is still a great performance from Cyril Verdmüller, but semi-finals is just a little bit better, especially taking it from Jack Keithley.
Yeah, just to run through a few things from this season as well that 2012 that Keithley has achieved. He was the FSR World Series champion, the BE Racing champion, Race Department Touring Car champion, and he's currently racing in the World Supertech Series, which he leads. That's an impressive CV, and it goes on with his achievements over the past few years as well. It's massively impressive, and he only lost out to Kunchman last year in the final, in fact. So he made the final, and he only lost out to Kunchman.
Yep, and here we go. Germany against the United Kingdom once again. Verdmüller with a good start this time. He needs to pull off a big upset. Like you said with Keithley, he just doesn't make mistakes. I haven't seen him make many mistakes this year when I have been watching. I can't actually remember one in any race that I've watched in World Series or World Championship. I can't remember him ever really making a mistake. Birdmore, though, has to pull it off and comes over the bridge, and he will need to be within around about a second, like you said, to Jack Keithley. It's going to be in and around there, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Absolutely, Keithley is just on cloud nine at the moment. 1.6 a difference. He's so on top of his game. It's unbelievable. I mean, he's up against some of the competitors.
Birdmore, his wall. He's hit the wall. His race is over. I believe. Yeah, he hit the wall coming under the tunnel. Exactly what happened there, I'm not too sure, but we only have one guy racing right now, Jack Keithley. He can do whatever he wants, wave for the crowd. Birdmore is out.
Oh, that's such a shame there for Verdmiller. He was looking to try and pull it back, and it's just not worked out. The 1.6 at the end of the half lap was just not enough, and he pushed it too hard, and unfortunately he's ended up in the wall. So Jack Keithley will progress into the semi-finals, and Keithley coming off the back of an unbelievable year, as I was just alluded to before, World Super Tech Series over at TPS. He is currently leading it, and he's up against one of his counterparts, which is Stoffel van Dorn. And it's going to be very, very close between them to see what happens and who progresses to the final. But Keithley just needs to basically finish now.
Yep, he just needs to cruise around and wave to the crowd and do whatever he likes and finish this one.
Absolutely, yeah. He's just cruising around. He's just, like I said, just needs to get it to the end. As I'm just massively unfortunate for Cyril Verdmiller there. And that's it for Keithley. He's progressed into the semi-finals. A 49.9 as well. Even more impressive.
Oh, that's a benchmark right there. He knows he's facing Van Dorn, and he needs that benchmark to really strike some fear.
Yep, and I think the interesting fact is now is just as they've got used to it, they switch car again. So this gets even more interesting. So once we come back, and once the drivers come back, they will have switched car, and I will tell you which car it is in just a moment.
Well, we can't make it too easy. We can't ask them to only drive two cars and learn two cars in the space of an hour.
Oh no, that's far too easy. So we have, it will be Bootsloop against Stoffel van Dorn and Rietveld against Jack Keithley, and it is in the Nissan GTR, we have a video of. The Nissan GTR, using now the defunct FIA GT1 World Championship. It has a power of 600 brake horsepower, 1250 kilos in weight, rear-wheel drive, 480 brake horsepower, at a cost of €250,000. Okay, so we've just seen the Nissan GTR there, and we will be progressing shortly to see the running of this Nissan GTR, which is going to be very, very interesting around this very small, little, tight circuit. And I think we're in for a good one again here, Matt.
Yeah, a good two. We got some great fights coming on. Bootsloop versus Rietveld. Rietveld, again, can he pull off the upset and beat Jeffrey Bootsloop? And Bootsloop's kind of, straight away from the start, kind of shown that he's going to be one of the best contenders out there. With his great start, he had 2 wins in three races that were actually done at this event. He'd taken 2 wins. Just on board with Van Dorn. I mean, it's like drifting these cars sideways around here. It's going to be great to see between the two of them. Van Dorn looks like he's struggling just a little bit, though, to handle this GTR early on. He was not got an easy fight either. It's not like he's going to have an easy target to beat. Jack Keithley has to be one of the favourites to take this right now. I'm going to give him my Burlington, Ontario, Vegas odds and say that he is the favourite, actually. Van Dorn still going around them, just watching on board with a couple other guys. Unfortunately, Nick, Rowland with a couple of problems. He's with his internet there. He's going to go and yell at some people, and he will be back online very, very quickly, I believe. So that's what I'm hoping for. Otherwise, we're just stuck with me. But it's okay because we have some great semi-finals up for grabs. If you've just joined us, this is kind of how things went down today. We started out with the groups. In Group A, we had Bootaloo go through, and Bonneville went home. Ranieri also made it through as runner-up. Van Dorn made it through with Ivar Calamies in Group B. In Group C was Andre Kunchman, was aiming for a triple. He went through with Cyril Verdmoor with a great performance as runner-up. And Jack Keithley won the group between him, Rietveld and Virat, all with 2 wins, but Keithley won it. Then in the quarters that we just saw, we saw Bootaloo beat Calamies, we saw Van Dorn beat Ranieri, and then we saw Andre Kunchman go home against Jeffrey Rietveld. Rietveld with 2 wins, sending him through. And the final race that we just saw was between the 2 World Series teammates of Cyril Verdmoor and Jack Keithley. Keithley took it convincingly. A good day though for Verdmoor still. So we now have Keithley against Van Dorn, but just before that we have Bootaloo against Jeffrey Rietveld. And I'm hoping that Nick has returned and yelled at some people.
I have. It's hopefully sorted. Just these teething issues with rFactor are a bit of a pain, but hopefully I'm going to be able to overcome them.
I hope so. Yeah, we just went through the lineup once again as these guys are warming up. I mean, like you said, I mean, we have to give them a little bit of a chance. We have to give them a couple minutes to warm up in these cars, you know. We're not being too generous. We're not going to give them the full 10 minutes, I don't think, but, you know, just a couple minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. They get a chance just to be able to get used to these cars, and obviously they're switching from a Skip Barber all the way up to a Nissan GTR. That's quite a big leap to make, especially on this type of circuit. So, I think it's a bit of a reality shock to them when they come back to this.
I thought that for the Skip Barber course, they had the GTRs and the Skip Barber cars racing in the same race. I'm surprised that they don't, because they're very, very similar. I think the only thing similar between them is the driver right now that was in both of them.
Absolutely, they're out on track at the moment with this Van Dorn, Keithley and Rietveld are all out there practicing in this Nissan GTR. Just trying to see what some of the benchmarks are they're actually using for the warm-up session here. 46.8 is currently the benchmark for Stoffel Van Dorn, so he's the quickest that's currently gone round, but it's only 3 tenths and then 4 tenths to Keithley and Rietveld respectively, so yeah, it's pretty close.
Yep.
As there's a lot of movement from these cars. If you recall from last year as well, the V8 supercar was actually used for this, but this time around they've decided to. It's not actually in afterwards. Van Dorn smashed the wall all the way around the outside, which is impressive. But the V8 supercar was the one that was used. But this year they've decided to switch over to the Nissan GTR, and it's similar-ish machinery, but I think if I recall correctly, is the power slightly different. Even though it's a V8, and it's also, I would have thought, slight force and the way the car drives as well in terms of suspension, etc. So it's similar-ish, but I think this car is a little bit more controlled and easy to drive. Obviously, this was used in the GT1 World Championship also. That's obviously now, unfortunately, we've lost it, but we gain a new championship from it. But that was the one that was used in the GT1 World Championship.
Yep, and like you said, handles a little bit better than the ones last year, but these things are still going to be a pain, and it looks like that is enough. Enough is enough. 5 minutes. Okay, that's all you got, as we're going to start getting ready now for semi-final number 1, and it's going to be Jeremy Bootaloo against Jeffrey Rietveld, I believe, is the first one.
Yeah, the one thing to make note of is the best of 5, I believe, is for the semi-final.
Oh, actually, sorry, we've been saying the complete wrong thing. It's going to be Bootaloo against Van Dorn in the semi-final. I just checked the site, and Rietveld Keithley. Wow, so big change up there. Sorry to interrupt you there, Nick.
Yeah, it's Bootsloop Van Dorn. It's going to be still 2 laps, but I believe this is actually the best of 5, which is the for the semi-final.
Bootsloop's going to be on the inside.
Sorry, no, best of 3 for this one. It's the final. It's been the best of 5. It's the best of 3 again. Same principle as what we just had in the quarter-final.
My apologies to all the viewers. So here we go. Bootsloop Van Dorn. This should be a cracker. The winner of this one will be arguably favourite to take the whole thing. So here we go. Bootsloop on the inside in the black car. Van Dorn in the red car. Looks like a pretty even start side by side into the first section.
Yeah, Bootsloop in the black one on the inside. He's this is great because Bootsloop has been so fast in these tin top cars, and Van Dorn, his nature, he's obviously been in the Euro Cup series as well. So the nature of these cars, he should be fairly used to in terms of them being tin tops. But Bootsloop, as Van Dorn is going to come across the line first. Now, what's the gap? 1.5. That is close, but we'll have to see what Bootsloop can do. But at the moment, it's advantage Van Dorn.
Yeah, exactly. It's close, but not close enough, really. And we'll see as they come through. Van Dorn will be ahead, not by too much, not exactly a lot, but he is ahead by a couple car lengths. And Bootsloop with a nice final corner there to kind of keep it. But yeah, 4/10, so he's going to have to find a bit of time.
Absolutely, it's 4/10 the difference between Bootsloop and Van Dorn currently. Van Dorn is really controlling the car very, very well. It's locked up, actually, just as I said that. That was a wrong time mistake, commentator's curse. But Van Dorn locked up. He's got it all sorted out, though. And he will... Well, it was 1.5 last time, so we'll see what it is this time to Bootsloop. It is 1.7, so he's increased the gap at the same half point as it was the last time by nearly 0.2 of a second. So Van Dorn has increased that advantage. Like, oh, now he's gone around the outside of that corner. That's the first time I've seen him do that. But Bootsloop is coming through, and yeah, he locked up as well. Oh, no, Bootsloop just oversteered, so that's going to cost him completely. And it's a 1.9 in the end, and Van Dorn wins race 1.
Yeah, he clipped that curb, that ridge with the gravel coming into the second to final corner there. Bootsloop, he just put his wheel on there, and it sent the car completely west. And he managed to control it and make the end of the race, but he's now going to have to win to stop Van Dorn making himself through to the Race of Champions final.
Yep, we saw duel again, and I'll swap over, sorry, as Van Dorn will go to the outside and Bootsloop on the inside. Sorry, other way around, Bootsloop on the outside, Van Dorn on the inside.
So again, same colour car, the black one for Bootsloop, the bright red one for Stoffel Van Dorn, with the nice racing stripe right down the middle of both of them. I like the look of these cars. And here we go. So both of them are accounted for, 5 seconds until the red light comes on. Who will take this win, and will Van Dorn make his way to the final?
Here we go then, lights are going out. Equal start again, and they all jump at a slow rate, to be quite honest. Right.
Oh, Van Dorn. Oh, he's gone. Oh, he held it, but surely he's gone. He's hit. This is a disastrous start of the lap for Van Dorn. He's hit the wall on each corner, and there he goes again, really wide, and he's spun. Unbelievable, he's still going.
It is, really, but he's still going, and he's keeping it straight. Bootsloop comes across the line. Now, what's the gap? 1.7, that's enough for Bootsloop. He might lead the end of the first lap. The half point, he's got the advantage. So this could be very, very close. Bootsloop currently has the advantage over Van Dorn, as he will now come over the bridge. Bootsloop brakes hard. Oh yes, he's still got the advantage. And Van Dorn hit the wall. He's hit the wall again. This has not been a great run, and it is. It's 1.1 advantage for Bootsloop.
But look, Van Dorn has hit the wall twice. He's almost spun twice, and the advantage is only 1.1 last time. But neither of them making a mistake. The advantage was 1.5 between the two of them. So this race isn't over for Van Dorn if he can do a perfect lap now, full lap. And he's going to have a lot to catch up though. Bootsloop, Van Dorn, yeah, I think this one, I think he's thrown in the towel pretty much
2.4 now, that's quite a lot. That's too much, I think, now. But Bootsloop...
threw it away! Bootsloop was sideways, he almost threw it away! A 2.5 second gap.
Yeah, he has, but he's over the bridge. Where's Van Dorn? He's too far behind still. And it will go to Bootsloop, so it will go to a decider. Bootsloop wins by 1.6 seconds over Stoffel Van Dorn. We go to a decider.
1.6 seconds isn't that bad though for Van Dorn considering what happened that race, but I think both these guys are going to have to kind of tighten the car up a little bit and drive it slightly differently.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to have to try and sort this. I think Stoffel Van Dorn has just actually said that he destroyed his car at the start there, so yeah, it's going to be an interesting final run because it's 1 run each and a gap of 1.6 seconds each roughly, so Bootsloop against Van Dorn is going to be very, very close, and they will switch sides again. So Bootsloop moves to the inside, Van Dorn moves to the outside, the same as the first run.
I like the the discussion of that was the reason why he lost from Van Dorn, that he damaged the car. Well, don't damage the car. Van Dorn is on the outside, Bootsloop is on the inside. So here we go, the decider for a place in the final.
Yeah, he was 5th in the iRacing Pro Series in 2011 and 2012 for Bootsloop, as they're away they go.
A little bit of wheel spin there from Bootsloop. He knows that he kind of has to speed up though. He knows he was kind of gifted it last time. He's sideways a little bit, keeps it in control. And we're going to see exactly how Van Dorn is doing around this section. It's all nice and tidy.
Yeah, Bootsloop hit the wall! Bootsloop hit the wall coming out between the second final corner and final corner, the gap there. He's tagged the wall. It's only a second though. That's only a second, and that is enough for it to be, well, that's a dead heat actually. In fact, if they got to the line right now, we'll have to see how Bootsloop negotiates this inside section against Van Dorn, who's just gone over the bridge now, and they are so close together. Oh, it's right, it's only a second, but it's Van Dorn that has the advantage. Well, what is it going to be? Oh, it's nothing in it. It's Van Dorn just under a tenth, 800ths of a second.
This is going to be unbelievably tight.
Van Dorn's gone wide! Oh, he's hit the wall!
He's stuck on the wall! It's over!
Oh, he got it all wrong. He went across the gravel and hit straight into the wall. That's Van Dorn done. Oh, no.
Bootsloop is in the final. Van Dorn is done. It started off so bright for him, Nick, in this semi-final, but it ended so dark as Bootsloop's going to steal it and go to the final.
Oh, Bootsloop's just done the same thing. Oh, he's got it under control. Bootsloop just did exactly the same thing as what Van Dorn did, but he just about held it. So Bootsloop will come across the line, but that was an almost deja vu moment. Bootsloop got onto that inside gravel part and hit the wall, but it's done. 138. He progresses. Bootsloop's in the final.
Oh, nice celebration hitting to the wall there. But yeah, but between Keithley and Rietveld, both of those guys have to be licking their chops, thinking that if I win this event, if I win this semi, I could win this event. Both of those guys struggled that round, kind of sideways, and a lot of mistakes, so we'll see whether Keithley and Rietveld can do any better.
Yep, so we'll move on to the second semi-final now, which is Jack Keithley against Jeffrey Rietveld. Nah, this is good. This is going to be intense between these two. They are both such accomplished and talented drivers, Jeffrey Rietveld and Jack Keithley. It's going to be an intense rivalry between them.
And they had some good fights in the World Championship between these two guys. They were always kind of third or fourth on the track in the last few rounds, so they were very, very tight between these two, and two different styles. We've seen Rietveld kind of slide the cars around today more than others, and Keithley smooth as ever. So we'll see who's going to win. Keithley in the black on the outside, Rietveld in the white on the inside as we get the green, and this semi-final is off. Sideways a little bit off the line from both of these guys. Keithley though keeps it in line nicely. He's going to go through the outside fast section and Rietveld through the slow section. Rietveld looks like he's calmed down just a little bit, still wiggling slightly. Keithley though comes under the bridge, through the section, sorry, and Rietveld is going to lead.
Keithley is all over the place at the moment though. Keithley's car is moving about everywhere. That's going to be a wonderful advantage for Rietveld when he comes back around 2/10, and Jack's hit the wall again. Jack is not getting on with his car at the moment. He almost did a Van Dorn by going into the wall just before the bridge. But oh, there we go. He's gone wide again. Jack is really struggling in this GTR. And it's going to be advantage Rietveld for sure for the first one. because, oh, what is it going to be? That's 1.4 seconds. 1.4 seconds
Wow.
of difference, and that's probably the furthest that Jack Keithley's been behind. Oh, he tagged the wall! He tagged the wall! Oh, he got it held. He held it all though, just going through the chicane.
Wow, demoralising first lap for Jack Keithley. Of course, neither of these guys can progress to the final because they're side by side, and this will be a close event, apart from the fact that they still have to do half a lap. And Keithley
Which
has
is advantage
the slow
Rietveld
section.
still.
Yeah, big advantage to Rietveld. Keithley has to do the slow section. Rietveld goes way too fast through that corner. Sideways, he's hit the wall, he's lost tons of time. Keithley back in this race. Big mistake from Rietveld. Did he blow it? Did he lose enough time? And it looks like he lost a lot, but not quite enough.
He lost a lot, but it's not enough.
Keithley not going to be able to take it. Rietveld takes the first
6
one.
tenths. He lost roughly... He lost about half a second in that mistake there alone, so advantage Rietveld.
Rietveld with the advantage. Oh, what a story that would be if he could win this event. He's so close to touching the final now. He's just one win away from progressing to the final of the Race of Champions in 2013, well, 2012-13, because they usually do this race in the winter, and this time we're doing it in the new year. But yeah, so there we go. One race left to go. King Keithley, who was probably favourite to take it after his performance in the quarterfinals, can he pull it back? He's got the inside, the favoured line in the black car. Rietveld in the white. Here we go. Red light, and we will go green in semi-final number 2. And here we go. Rietveld with a good start round the outside. He's going to take the nice smooth line. He went too quick last time. That was beautiful though. Gets the car slowed down nicely under the bridge. Keithley runs wide, sideways a little bit, runs wide, struggling through that section, keeps everything in line.
Again. He did exactly the same as he did the first time around. He's re-tagged the wall. He's going to go wide again. He's tagged the wall. That was a big hit. That really was a big hit, and that's 1.5 second advantage to Jeffrey Rietveld. It's about a second required to go head to head. Oh, Rietveld hit the wall as well. So it's a half second, I think, by the time they get back to the line, as long as Keithley keeps it all together. But this is not looking good for Jack. He's not been able to master the Nissan GTR, and he's coming round now. And Rietveld, oh, that's a huge advantage, in fact. It is. Whoa,
never give up.
What it's going to be. 1.9. 1.9 to the Dutchman. This is an incredible run for Jeffrey Rietveld. Oh! Oh, wow, I thought you did a Van Dorn. I'm calling it the Van Dorn because when you clip that grass there and go straight on, that's exactly what Stoffel did, and Jeffrey nearly did exactly the same thing. They're all starting to struggle through that chicane part. They can't move about a hell of a lot.
Eyes on Rietveld all the way here.
Oh,
it's
Jack's
completely
struggling.
his race. Yeah, Jack has given up, although you should never really give up because we've seen what happened to Van Dorn last time. But eyes, all cameras on Rietveld, who's still giving us a show and a bit of a worry going sideways a few times. Rietveld will surely come through and claim his place in the final of the Race of Champions. We are going to have Jeffrey Rietveld against Bootsaloop, Jeremy Bootsaloop.
Absolutely, it's Rietveld that progresses 2 seconds between himself and Jack Keithley in the end. So progressing, it is going to be Jeffrey Rietveld up against Jeremy Bootsaloop. This should be very, very interesting. The 16-year-old Dutchman is facing up against Bootsaloop, who is very accomplished in iRacing, but he's just made it to the final. And we'll have to see how Bootsaloop copes with in the final of rFactor 2.
Very interesting too, because if you look at the semi-finals on paper that we had, you would actually favour Van Dorn Keithley final, just based on what they'd done previously. But both of them getting knocked out, and Jeremy Bootsaloop and Jeffrey Rietveld will be the actual final.
Yeah, Jeremy Bootsaloop, 20-year-old Frenchman, and it's going to be very, very close between these two after the run they've just had. Now, the car again changes. We move to the Maserati, which I believe we have a video of now. The Maserati Gran Turismo, used in the Trofeo World Series. Power of 488 brake horsepower, 1360 kilos, rear-wheel drive, 359 brake horsepower, at a cost of €162,000. Okay, So we have the video done there for the Maserati. This is going to be changed again. The final is the best of 5 races, so you essentially need to win 3 of the races, and the first 2 will be in the Maserati. So we'll see a new car again. They'll get a few moments to practice it, but yeah, the Maserati will be the first car that we will see. So just for reference, it's Maserati, as I said, for the first 2. Then the 3rd and 4th races will be back into the Skip Barber. And if required, the 5th race will be the Nissan GTR.
Ah! Yeah, we can't make, like I said, we can't make it too easy. So we'll keep track. So basically, if you like the way the Maserati handles, you need to win the first 2 to pretty much give yourself, you only need to win 1 of the remaining 3 then to take it.
Absolutely,
So
and Boots looks already out on track practicing it as well. As is now Rietveld, so we'll actually see some sort of benchmark between the pair of them, even in just this warm-up session, to see who progresses between Rietveld and Bootaloop.
They both have to use the black one, do they? Really? Really, boys?
I will check about that.
we couldn't change it just to make it a little bit easier for us. But they'll say maybe that they both practiced this one. It's a lucky car maybe. But we'll see. Racing drivers are funny things. And Rietveld there trying to take the curb, practicing taking the curb between these 2. If Jeffrey Rietveld can pull this off, wow, that would be amazing. I'm not saying that by any means he had no chance of winning this event, but he wasn't favourite to win it. You know, he would definitely expect to get to the quarterfinals, maybe the semi-finals, but the final is a great performance from Jeffrey Rietveld.
Absolutely, and while these guys are just practicing, we've actually been joined here by Stoffel van Doorn. So welcome, Stoffel, and how have you found this evening's racing for the Race of Champions?
Hello, Nick. Well, it was quite fun. It's the first time I participate in this event. Actually, Andre already sent me a video about last year, so it looked quite cool, and yeah, it was great fun tonight.
Excellent. Well, just from us here, I want to obviously congratulate you on your promotion up to the 3.5 series this year. In fact, it will be. So, massive congratulations on that one. And, there's been a bit of a hunting ground here tonight in the Race of Champions. But one question I have for you is, how have you actually found rFactor 2?
Well, there are still quite a bit of problems with it. I had always a little bit problems with lag, so it was not always easy.
Yeah.
Yep. Any questions from you, Matt?
Just what happened, really, I guess, on that last race. I mean, it's such a shame that we don't get to see you in the final, because especially in like the cars like the Megane. The Megane, you looked like you were Rietveld rolls over, sorry, but yeah, you looked like you were really on it in the earlier cars.
Yeah, well, the only mistake was that I just didn't know the size of my car, and I touched a little bit the wall. So when you touch the wall here, you get hit to the other wall, and the car broke down. So that was the end of my Race of Champions, actually.
Such a shame, but still a great performance, and making it through that far, and as long as you had fun.
Absolutely. Of the cars you did drive tonight, did you have a particular favourite?
I think the Megane was not too bad.
Excellent. Obviously keeping with your Renault heritage there as well. Sticking with Renault. I like that.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he's been paid to say that. It's a shame actually we didn't see you advance to the final, because we thought we might have seen Jack go through also, and you guys have raced so competitively over at TPS. It would have been brilliant to see you on a short sprint circuit like this.
Yeah. Maybe next time.
Yeah.
Maybe next time, indeed. But yeah, Stoffel, we just want to say thank you again for joining us tonight. It's been an absolute privilege to have you here, and again, once again, all the best for 2013 and the 3.5 series.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah, it was excellent to have Stoffel there. It was really good for him to join us there. Really enjoyed that. So as these guys are still just practicing out on track. I believe we actually have a highlights video now that we are about to show you, so we'll just run through that and be back with you shortly.
Get your popcorn ready.
Joke seems to be on me, 'cause I'm the one laughing down here on the floor. Deflate the mystery of living in the most heartless fashion I could ever imagine. No pretense on decor. Another place and time without a great divide, and we could be flying deadly high. I'll sell my soul to dream you wide awake. Another place and time without a warning sign, and we could be dying angels fine. I'll sell my soul to dream you wide awake. I'll dream you, 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 I'll dream you wide awake. With me, disaster finds a playfield. Love seems to draw dark, twisted pleasure tearing at me, 'cause I can't let you go. Mercy like water in the desert, shine through my memory like jewelry in the sun. Where are you now? Another place and time without a great divide, and we could be flying deadly high. I'll sell my soul to dream you wide awake. Another place and time without a warning sign, and we could be dying angels fine. I'll sell my soul to dream you wide awake. I'll dream you, 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 I'll dream you wide awake. It's like I'm racing to the sun, blindly face the places good, 'cause I'm afraid I will be left here without you. Oh, like I'm racing up to road, give me more when I am done, 'cause I'm afraid I will be left here without you. Another place and time without a great divide, and we could be flying deadly high. I'll sell my soul to dream you wide awake. Another place and time without a warning sign, and we could be dying angels fine. I'll sell my soul to dream you wide awake. I'll dream you, 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 I'll dream you wide awake.
Okay, welcome back, and we are just getting ready for the final to begin in the Maserati, and hopefully everything is still working. It is, so we got Bootsloop against Rietveld in the final, and they have changed car thankfully now, so we've got the Maserati, red Maserati of Bootsloop on the inside, with Jeffrey Rietveld in the black Maserati on the outside.
Thank you very much to Jeremy Bootsloop there. France versus Netherlands here in the final. A quick shine of the lights from Bootsloop as we get ready for the lights for this final of the Race of Champions.
And I have to say that the look of this Maserati is actually really nice as well, so it should be a great event for a final to see them up against each other, Rietveld against Bootsloop. And they are away, equal start for the pair of them, as Bootsloop goes on the inside for the first time and Rietveld sweeps around the outside.
Bootsloop's got to keep this nice and tidy through this section. This is the hard section. Oh, Rietveld sideways, he's on his roof! He's on his roof, sideways!
Wow.
It's all over!
Wow! Okay.
How did that happen? How did that happen?
I'm not entirely sure how that's quite happened there, but that's Rietveld done for this first round. Bootsloop will win the first race. I'm not really too sure what to say to that because he's on his roof, and Bootsloop just needs to get home now.
I looked over because there's only really one difficult corner, the Van Dorn corner, to make on that section. I look over to see where he's at, and unfortunately he's testing out the structural rigidity of the door.
Yeah, if you were looking for a comedy show tonight, you just found it. That was mightily impressive. In fact, I think he's still going. He is still going, and Bootsloop will eventually catch him. He's actually got over his roof, and he's still carried on. That's impressive.
Bootsloop, we might actually see the first ever lapped car in the Race of Champions.
There's a never say die attitude if you ever want to run. Jeffrey Rietveld, give that man a medal.
Yeah. Oh.
So that's slightly anticlimactic for the very first race, although that was the best comedy value we've had all night. So it's Bootsloop that leads after Rietveld has experienced what it's like to be upside down in a Maserati, and yeah, Bootsloop will win the first race, and it's a 140.3 as a benchmark.
Oh, I don't think it matters who wins anymore. We're all winners after seeing that. That was classic. Okay, so now we have to concentrate for round 2. Seriousness all again. Rietveld has to make sure he doesn't do that again. Whatever he did, don't do that again. We didn't even see it. And yeah, it's that was all over pretty quick. So hopefully this one will be a little bit more competitive.
Yep, hopefully they'll switch sides of the track, and that actually might work to Rietveld's advantage.
Yeah, well, at least we'll get a lap done.
Well, hopefully anyway. But yeah, so Rietveld and against Bootsloop, and now just switch sides of the circuit, and let's see if Jeffrey Rietveld can not roll a car. So Bootsloop will go to the outside in his red Maserati, and Rietveld will be on the inside in the black Maserati for this one. Engines rev up, and the lights are on now, and they are away now, and equal start once again. I believe they're all using launch control properly now, so they're all going to be pretty much equal as Bootsloop goes around the outside. Will he have a moment? No.
No.
No moment there. So Rietveld carries on, and he's been able to navigate at least a bit more of the track this time as he goes over the bridge. And it's quite even between them. So that, oh no, there we go, Rietveld hit the wall. That's a big moment there. He's slid the wheel of the car, just tagged the barrier. And Rietveld he's kept going now. This is the dreaded corner he's coming up to. What's he going to do this time? Get it sorted. Well done, Jeffrey Rietveld. He's got it through. So Rietveld is now on the inside loop.
It's going to be close.
Bootsloop has only come over the bridge, so Rietveld has the advantage here.
Yeah, Rietveld has just got so much raw pace that if he can actually keep it on all four wheels and not on the side of the door, he actually has the pace to win this. And that's the thing, is it's going to be the two styles. Bootsloop's much more controlled style of slow and to make sure you don't make mistakes, versus Rietveld, give it everything you've got and more. And it looks like Rietveld, because he has the straight pace, we're really close here, but that is advantage Rietveld.
Absolutely, and it's a good run here for Rietveld as well. It's only 3/10, and that is more than enough for Rietveld to take this. So we could be about to go to one apiece.
Yeah, 1-1 out of the Maseratis, and then we'll move into the Skip Barber, I believe you said is next.
Yes, it's the Skip Barber for the next 2, if required. Well, we will
Very,
here. It's
very.
first of 3. So it's going to be Rietveld coming around the final corner, and he will win the second race. Well done, Jeffrey Rietveld. It's a second between them as well. That's an awesome run there for Jeffrey Rietveld to recuperate after what happened then. So, yep, it's just been informed by admins that they will take the same coloured cars and they will rejoin in the Skip Barbers.
Which is an almost identical car to the Maserati in every way.
Okay, now we are joined by the infamous Mr. Jack Keithley. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm very, very well, thank you. And yeah, should feel better if Jeffrey can get this win.
I'm sure you will, mate. How have you enjoyed this evening anyway?
Oh, it's been really good. Just, you know, it's one of the nights where you've got very little time to try everything, and it's that sort of thing. And oh, I hope I never have to drive that Nissan in anything ever again.
Not exactly a shining endorsement there from Jack Keithley for Nissan.
Yeah, most definitely. Won't be doing the GT Academy anytime soon. You definitely didn't enjoy that one. So, Jack, what are your impressions on rFactor 2?
Oh, very good, but I'm having a little bit of issues with lag here. I got a little, I don't know if you saw, but I did get a little bit of lag in the second race against Jeffrey, so yes.
Okay, that's unfortunate to hear about that. But out of the cars that you've competed in tonight, do you have a particular favourite that you enjoyed the most?
Favourite car by a mile is Skip Barber, because it just feels like a go-kart on a massive track.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah, you look like you were pretty much, at one point, you look like you were a favourite, I think, to take the whole thing. I was kind of looking at the final shaping up to be you versus Stefan Van Dorn, who we just had interviewing, but it didn't quite turn out that way. Like you said, just the Nissan came at the wrong time for you.
Yeah, Nissan, not the best sort of car, but yeah, hopefully next year, fourth time lucky, if a such thing exists.
Absolutely, mate. And just finally, what are your aspirations for 2013? Obviously, you're in the World Supertech Series at the moment, and an ATCC as well over at Touring Pro Series. Are you just concentrating on them at the moment?
Right now, yes, pretty much. ATCC last night didn't go great, got disconnected in the first race, but yeah, Supertech's going good. And hopefully this year, World Championship and FSR, that should be good as well.
Excellent to hear, excellent to hear. Well, thank you very much for joining us once again, and these guys are still lapping. So, yes, thank you very much, Jack, and we look forward to seeing you throughout the FSR season.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you very much, ta-ta!
Perfect timing as we get ready to race for the race number 3 in the final, and Jack Keithley goes to get ready for his Nissan GTR trial run tomorrow. And here we go. We have Bootaloop and Rietveld changed cars into Mr. Keithley's favourite car, the Skip Barber go-kart. Rietveld still in the black on the outside, Bootaloop in the red on the inside. You can't roll these ones very easy, so here we go. We should be on for a good fight. The red light gets ready, and it is on, and final number 3, and who will take the lead 2-1 is underway. Bootaloop with a good start. Rietveld, is going to take the outside line through the fast section. This is his dreaded nightmare corner. He comes up to it though, and this will be no runs wide. But Bootaloop almost with a spin, sliding these cars. You forget how much these cars slide.
Yeah, the lack of grip in these cars is quite unbelievable. But these, they're very talented lads, and they're pushing it to the absolute limit. And it's currently quite a large advantage there for Jeffrey Rietveld. It's 1.3 seconds, that's healthy, and they're racing to take the advantage in this final. Obviously, it's the best of 5, so you need to win the 3, and this will put it at 2-1, whoever does win this one. And the advantage at the moment is with Rietveld. And Bootaloop just saved the car, that was impressive. The rear of the car just completely let go on him and controlled it on the inside loop.
Tight. It's tight.
It's very tight, and Rietveld lost a bit of time. And it's swung back the other way, and it's advantage Bootaloop. He's lost quite a lot of time there, Rietveld, 2 tenths to Bootaloop as he goes onto the inside section. for the third half lap, if that sort of makes sense.
But these cars are a little bit slidier, which might be better for Bootaloop's style, to just be more relaxed with it. And Bootaloop will need to win this event if that's the case, because we've seen Rietveld when he gets back into the cars. But look at Rietveld, he's had a great half of the lap there. He's pulled out the gap.
That's a brilliant lap. That is an absolute stonker of a lap that he's pulled out there, and he needed it as well as Bootaloop has just got it round underneath the bridge. Yes, he slid it all the way round. That was beautiful to watch. Where is Rietveld? Rietveld's about to leap himself over the bridge, and Bootaloop is coming into that very tight hairpin. This is very close between them, and it's exactly side by side as they go to the final corner, but it's advantage Bootaloop. He's the shorter run. He gets it. 10th of a second.
Wow.
Bootaloop takes it 2-1. So we'll go to another race in these cars, but it's advantage Bootaloop 2-1 by 10th of a second.
We need to just stay in these cars, because this is giving us a great fight. There was about car length between them there coming across the line, and they were neck and neck, but it was at the second to last corner, not the last corner, unfortunately for Rietveld. So Bootaloop, like you said, takes the advantage 2-1. The Frenchman will favour his chances, and like we said, he needs to do the same again here, because Rietveld, we've seen what he's like in the sedan cars, so we'll see exactly whether Bootaloop can do that and take a 3-1 advantage and take this the final of the Race of Champions.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a bit of a shout out here. If any of the drivers from tonight are still watching at the moment and they wish to have an interview, then please do come and rejoin us in the broadcast booth, and we will hopefully interview you at the end of the Race of Champions if you wish to be interviewed and talk about tonight. And even if it's just about rFactor 2, then please do come and join us. It would be great to hear from you. So we will, and like I said, it will be done at the end of the Race of Champions.
So this could be the final, Nick. This could be it. We have Bootaloop on the outside and Rietveld on the inside.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is the black of Rietveld against the red of Bootaloop. And it's going to be very close between them. Once again, it was near 10th in that first race, and they are away. And it's
through the tight section. Must win for Rietveld. Must win.
Absolutely must win for Rietveld. He's had quite a solid start. Bootaloop, they're both sliding. They need to get these tyres warmed up pretty quickly. It's very, very tough. Obviously, it's completely different with rFactor 2 in the way these tyres work, the way the surface works. You have to really adapt and grow into the circuit like you would do in real life. And this is exactly what these two drivers have to do at the moment. And it's 8/10 between Bootaloop and Rietveld. So Rietveld should have technically about a 10th advantage if he keeps it all together, I would say, in this second run on the second loop, inside loop. So Rietveld is coming into the hairpin. Bootaloop goes over the bridge, and Rietveld does have the advantage, and it looks like it might be a little bit more. He goes into the final corner, and the advantage is with Rietveld, and it's 7/10. That's a great first run for Jeffrey Rietveld. Exactly what he needed. And are we on for 2-2? Are we on for 2-2? We're on for the third half lap again.
That would mean we'd change cars once again for the final, and we would have one singular race to take this Race of Champions. So here we go. Rietveld is just a little bit behind Bootaloop, but it's not going to matter because they're going to come around once again. And
yeah,
it looks like Rietveld's got control.
That's 6/10, and that's still enough of an advantage for Rietveld. This is looking strong for Rietveld. Just needs to get it all sorted out underneath the bridge, and it's looking promising for him as he comes into this double hairpin section now. Sweeps it right. Oh, he's hit the wall!
Hit the wall!
Bootaloop's not been able to get enough time though, and he hit the wall, and it's not going to matter because Rietveld will still take it. It's 2-2. 7/10 of a second splits them.
2-2. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Pretty much, and we will now move to Jack's favourite car, the Nissan GTR.
We expect Mr. Keithley on the sidelines, wearing all of his Nissan gear, cheering on from the sides. Just to see these cars go around will get his juices flowing.
Absolutely, so we'll wait for them to rejoin a few warm-up laps back in the GTR. They're not driven it too long ago, so they won't need too long in it, but obviously they've been through, well, 2 other cars since then, so they should to readjust, and we will get them back out on track.
Big switch again, like you said, between the cars. And wow, we've gone down to the very final event here for the Race of Champions champion, Rietveld Boots Loop. I'm going to ask you right now, Nick, you have 3 seconds to answer who's going to win this event.
Boots Loop.
Now, I gave you 3 seconds. That was 1 second. Take 2 seconds. Take 2 seconds more time to think about your answer first.
1, 2, Boots Loop.
Alright, well, I'll go with Rietveld then. I'm confident. If we can keep it on all fours, I think he's got a good chance.
Yeah, and they are back in now as they just go on a few practice laps. And this has been intense. I mean, this has gone all the way down to the wire as well, to the very final one. This has been an impressive and enthralling evening.
Yeah, it's been great. Afternoon for me though, in the stateside. But yeah, it's been a great way to spend the afternoon. I don't like the winter break. I don't know how you survive it there, Nick. But for me, I don't know. I get the shakes. We got to get racing sometime soon.
Absolutely, and this is actually quite a nice way to kick it off. We usually race the champions at the end of the year, because technically speaking this will crown the 2012 champion, but we're having it start of 2013. Nevertheless, it's been a thoroughly entertaining evening. It could actually be, I think, quite nice, a good way to kick off the season as well. So it's working, and it's been an excellent presentation and all put together by Precision Motorsports. And that's not me being biased, but these guys have really put a lot of hard work and effort in, especially in the past few weeks. It's a massive testament to all the guys behind the scenes: Johannes, Andre, Mikko, Jaakko Mikken, who's currently doing the cameras, for goodness sake. He's done a wonderful job, so all of them deserve massive credit for what they've been able to put on tonight, and also them taking the risk to try out rFactor 2, so credit goes to them, and it's not been plain sailing, but it's been smooth enough to get us through. So it's credit to all of them, and we are on for what should be an unbelievably awesome decider.
Well said. Driver's still giving a little bit more time to warm up, but that's it. Here we go. We're 30 seconds away from seeing the lights for this final of the Race of Champions. Jeremy Bootsloop from France against Jeffrey Rietveld from the Netherlands.
Yep, absolutely, and it's Jeffrey Rietveld is on the inside in the black Nissan GTR, and on the outside is Jeremy Bootsloop in the red Nissan GTR. So this is building the anticipation as they wait for the lights to appear. This is just one straight run. Again, it's 2 laps, remember, the same again as what we just had in the past few rounds. The tension builds, and they're both away. The launch control works straight away, and it's Rietveld's actually got a slight leap as he went into turn 1 there, in fact.
Great start, yeah, great start. He's going to come around. His section, he's run a bit wide. Oh, he's sideways a little bit. Bootsloop, no dramas underneath the bridge, though. Rietveld again round the third Omega turn, and over the bridge, and Bootsloop's going to come down, and Bootsloop has the lead, but great start from Jeffrey Rietveld. He's only a few tenths behind.
That's massive. That's exactly what he needs. It's only 6 tenths. That's all it was that Jeffrey Rietveld... Oh, wow, that's a huge lockup. How has he controlled that? Jeffrey Rietveld is pushing this GTR to the absolute limits, fully well knowing that he can do this to beat Jeremy Bootsloop. And Jeffrey Rietveld's on his inside section now, and he is in front of Jeremy Bootsloop on his first lap. And it's going to be advantage Rietveld as he crosses the line. It's 6 tenths of a second. This is a great run for Rietveld. Oh, huge oversteer moment there for Bootsloop as well.
Yeah, he controlled it. He rides the curve, he hits the gravel. Beautifully done underneath the bridge from Bootsloop. Rietveld, he needs just a slight mistake from him, but it's not going to come. Bootsloop again is going to have advantage, but not by much. Rietveld's hanging in right there, and Rietveld's going to have the shorter run. This could be the final lap for Jeffrey Rietveld before he wins the Race of Champions.
It absolutely is. Jeffrey Rietveld, this is a mega run if he's able to get it done, because this has been a magnificent lap, 3 half laps, and if he can get it round the final 2, he's locked up once again. This is going to be tight. Where is Bootsloop? Bootsloop's going over the bridge. This is Rietveld's. This is going to be Rietveld's. It's into the final corner. Oh, it's hit the wall. Rietveld wins. He wins. Jeffrey Rietveld is the 2012-13 Racer Champion. Jeffrey Rietveld, the Jeffster, he wins it. And what a magnificent drive that was.
Wow, what a finish that was. He made us sweat a little bit there at the end, but Jeffrey Rietveld from Bergenbach, Netherlands, takes the Race of Champions. Congratulations to him and to me for choosing him.
Yes, very well done. That was awesome.
Thank
The
you,
final
thank you.
gap was just under half a second. 36.988 he achieved, which was 37.482. Awesome, absolutely awesome run. Great job from Jeffrey Rietveld there, and that
And
was.
a great job from Bootsaloop too
Oh,
for making it
absolutely.
this
Take
far.
nothing away from Jeremy Bootsleep. The guy races iRacing regularly. He's usually an iRacer, and he's come across to rFactor 2, and he made it to the final of the Race Champions. That's what an effort that is for Jeremy Bootsleep. He can take massive pride from that, and I'm sure he's going to have a lot of rFactor people, even if he is still swung by iRacing, knocking at his door, asking for drives, because Jeremy Bootsleep, that was superb, but Jeffrey Rietveld is the 2012 Racer champion. Fantastic.
Great job. Whew. I think we can relax just a little bit now.
Just a little
All
bit. That
day.
has been an incredible evening's event. That really has been something special and thoroughly enjoyable. And I believe we have just been joined by the Racer Champions champion, Mr. Jeffrey Rietveld. How are you, sir? Many congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thanks a lot, guys. I feel amazing. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it at all, to be honest. When you could see Jeremy's pace in practice and the races in the groups. It was just insane. And I was already happy to get out of groups, to be honest. So, yeah,
That's what I was going to ask you. Was that did you expect that you could win this event, or that you would win this event, or?
No, not at all. I was expecting not to even get out of groups after I saw the group which I was in. So I was already happy to get through, and then to win it, unbelievable. After my I failed in 2010 when I was second and lost it in the final race. Now I almost did it again in the final turn. So yeah.
Was you on two wheels the final turn there?
Yeah, I thought I was.
Yeah, it was very impressive on that first run where you somehow managed to flip over onto the roof but still finish the race. That was the most impressive thing we've seen all night.
Yeah, I was just putting it in gears and trying all different kinds of stuff to get it loose, but eventually it worked. Still managed to get over the finish, but I didn't.
That was absolutely fantastic for you, though, Jeffrey. Question for you is, how have you enjoyed rFactor 2? What are your thoughts on it?
It's very hard and completely different than rFactor 1, where I drive FSR or drove. Yeah, it's just very hard, and the grip levels are changing every time you drive. You know, you come back into the server with a different car, and it feels so weird, and you need to get used to it within 2 minutes. It's very hard compared to rFactor 1.
Yeah, well, we've seen that pretty much all evening how the grip level has changed, and it's been very challenging for people all night long. Is there a particular car that you've enjoyed the most tonight driving on rFactor 2?
I think it was the Maserati because I felt the most comfortable with it, to be honest. The GTR had the wheel on the right side, which was very hard to understand how wide the car was. But with the Maserati, everything felt good. So that was my favorite car.
Excellent. Well, it's been fantastic to watch you race tonight, Jeffrey. It's been an absolute pleasure to have all these drivers here. So massive congratulations to you, mate.
Yeah, thanks a lot. And thanks to Precision for hosting the event.
Yeah, well said.
Absolutely, yeah. And hopefully we should also have runner-up Jeremy Bootsleep with us as well. Hopefully he's still there just at the moment in time. I believe he is. So good evening, Jeremy, and congratulations on runner-up, but also a little bit unlucky there.
Well, first of all, thank you. And well, honestly, I couldn't do anything, and I tried my best, and I think I couldn't go any faster. So big congrats to Jeffrey.
Close.
Yeah, true, but still he was 4 tenths ahead, I think. So really, there's nothing much I could do, and congrats to him.
Well, I'm obviously well aware that you've been part of iRacing, but how have you found making the merger crossover to rFactor 1 and rFactor 2, especially tonight? How have you found rFactor 2?
Well, to be honest, I really love it. I really love how it feels, much more realistic than iRacing to me. And especially the force feedback. So the force feedback, you really feel the car, you can anticipate the behavior, and to me it's much more fun. So I really appreciate the game, and I hope they will solve the little problem about the graphics and the multiplayer, and hopefully they get better.
I think that's been the general consensus all evening, is that everyone seems to enjoy it. There are obviously these small issues that still arise, but you've really embraced it tonight. Have you had a favourite car this evening to drive?
I think the Megan Trophy was quite fun and quite good for this track. And well, no, only the Megan Trophy in fact, because the other one, like the GTR, was way too big for this track, and it was even hard to see the apex of corners. But still, it was fun on any cars.
Yeah, you started off great. You won 2 races out of the first 3 races that actually happened today, so that's a good start for you. And did you think you could win the whole event going into it, or at that point, or when did you realize that you might be able to reach the final?
Well, after the groups, you know, when I started the event, I didn't think I was able to get out of groups that easily, and then you know, I just took race after race, and well, I saw that I was having a good pace, but I also saw that the others were improving and not really me, so I knew it would be tough to go to the final and even win the event.
Well, congratulations. Great run.
Yeah, absolutely. Just one final question: do you have many plans already for 2013? Are you sticking with iRacing, or are you hoping to do more rFactor stuff?
Well, unfortunately, I won't be able to race during the first part of 2013 because I won't be at home. But when I get back, I'll probably continue with iRacing and trying to keep my my license, my pro license. And well, if I get the time, maybe I'll do some rFactor too, and I hope I'll do, honestly.
That sounds really good. Well, we all wish you the very best of luck with the iRacing. We'll be tuning in for that. That's so the absolute best of luck for that, and congratulations once again on the runners-up position tonight.
Thank you. Thank to Precision Motorsports for hosting the event.
Yep, thank you, Jeremy. Well, I think it's been a hell of an evening here, Matt. I think you've enjoyed it. I think we've all enjoyed it. It's been fantastic, hasn't it?
No, I hated every second of it. No, I've had a great time. It's been fantastic. We've seen a lot of good racing, a lot of good fights, and it came right down to the wire, as predicted. So if I get invited to do this next year, I'll be here 2 days before anybody else.
Yeah, it's been an absolutely wonderful event. Big congratulations and thanks again to Precision Motorsports. Yeah, I could be biased to that, but nevertheless, these guys have really worked hard throughout these past few weeks to get this up and running, and especially Johannes to try and get the mod and the track and everything converted across. Huge praise to him and everyone else that's been working behind the scenes with what's been going on. So from myself and Matt, it's been a wonderful event, and I guess the next time we will probably commentate will be the start of the FSR season, Matt.
Hopefully that comes sooner than you think.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, everyone. It's been really good, and big thanks to Jaki Mikkonen once again for doing cameras, and we will see you soon.
Good night.